address one of these things that's very important, right? First and foremost, AI is threatening to kill some of the suspense in this entire rap battle. Everybody's waiting on records. To put it in perspective, when Nas, well, actually Jay Z dropped Takeover, I believe Nas came back 6 months later. Of course, you know, shit, 23 years later, we're not even, or 20, whatever, 20 years later, whatever, we're not thinking about it like that. We're just thinking immediately after Takeover came out, Ether came out. But artists usually have the luxury of taking some time, but also it wasn't this digital generation where, nigga, you got a studio in the back room at the arena you performing, you got a studio on the bus, you got a studio on the plane, you have a studio anywhere, so you not dropping a record. There actually is no damn excuse for you not dropping a record and dropping a record quickly. You know what I mean? Also, we've seen previously with the Meek thing, y'all waited 4 days, where y'all at. So we're waiting for these records, but we're getting some AI records that are popping up.
Welcome to the stream. 1 second. I'm gonna be getting started here soon.
The record, there was something called High Whitney. He confirmed that is absolutely AI. That is not him. Okay, this right here. Is it this? Yeah, you never heard about how Drake stop, but Drake flop, cause I make that little boy K dot turn K-pop. I see if these niggas future sleeping at rest stops and have your soul earnings and profits come from that wing stop. I'll get your Joe Blows buttoned up and your crew top for talking all that hoopla, fucking with Gray and Boobah. Highway me.
I might need to save this. Whoever's cooking up these AIs, like, bro, like, shit. I would love for you to hit me up. Like, to keep it real, we could have a virtual battle going on. A virtual Kendrick and Drake battle would be crazy.
Hey, if you're creating these AIs, obviously, we want to also be clear. I know some of y'all are trying to, probably get these records to trend a little bit and go viral, while y'all are, anonymous. But like, shit, you could, if you're a writer who wrote this, you're the person who like sung it or like rapped it, and obviously AI changed it into Drake's voice. Bro, I would love to give you some recognition. Shit, you know what I mean? While we wait for the real tracks from the real people, I would love to have AI Drake battle AI Kendrick. We could do that, but we also do have to make a distinction between what's real and fake, right? So this isn't a real song, okay? Despite or how much you might like it, it's not. Baby, I have your wall coming in more. The AI Aux battle? Oh, come on. Coming more life, more money, more success, more dreams. Fucking go more everything. I know you don't like all the travel decorations in your house. You wanted some. Nah, everybody said no, hell nah. Somebody said let's not do that. Okay, I agree. Let's stick to the real shit. Okay, you're right. Yeah, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that at all. You're right. Thanks for calling. Yeah, because we're gonna get into that, and then, it's gonna be corny because it's being made by people that really don't know each other, probably just saying random shit. Some tasteful, but it's bothering you now. I send that interior decorated to your house. Okay, so that's not real, but also another track popped up, which people were touting as a Kendrick response song that he was previewing that was gonna come back. Kendrick, this song Drake preview. Let me see. I this is what it is.
Utter my name 3 times in front of your mirror. You hesitate to proceed after you reconsider. Lights flickered, the energy in the room shifted. Scared to open your eyes, cause you feeling the ghost of Kendrick. I dominated your favorite rapper, you idolize. My silence is enough to make niggas apologize. Retract the statements cold, saying regretting it.
Nah, this ain't the one I heard. This ain't the one I heard. Let me go to Twitter. Twitter always got this shit. Kendrick response. Let's see if I can play it. Yeah, this is.
Utter my name 3 times in front of your mirror. You hesitate to proceed after you reconsider. Lights flickered, the energy in the room shifted. Scared to open your eyes, cause you feeling the ghost of Kendrick. I dominated your favorite rapper, you idolize. My silence is enough to make niggas apologize. Retract the statements cold, saying regretting his lyrics. MCs die when you revive a competitive spirit. How to kill a rapper, let them do it to they self. Self-inflicted career wounds that fear helped. Drop moves, surprise moves, height and respect. They promised me my death, now they deleted threats. One rap nigga dead, laid on the floor. And I didn't even have to throw bullets for him to go. Now that we got that out of the way, it's one more to.
This is how you know J. Cole is like the rap pinata.
That's crazy.
At least for everybody. J. Cole will forever be the verb of popping shit and apologizing, starting beef but don't want smoke, pump faking, bluffing, not being ready for action. And unfortunately, he has to. What the fuck's up my mic? He has to blame him. What the fuck? He got to blame himself for that. He got to blame himself for that. Even the AI nigga is killing J. Cole. Like, that's more of a diss than what they said to Drake. And by the way, this is not real. Also, this track isn't real. But even this track was more potently a diss to J. Cole than it was to Drake.
Utter my name 3 times in front of your mirror. You hesitate to proceed after you reconsider. Lights flickered, the energy in the room shifted. Scared to open your eyes, cause you feeling the ghost of Kendrick. I dominated your favorite rapper, you idolize. My silence is enough to make niggas apologize. Retract the statements cold, saying regretting his lyrics. MCs die when you revive a competitive spirit. How to kill a rapper, let them do it to they self. Self-inflicted career wounds that fear helped. Drop nukes, surprise moves, height and respect. They promised me my death, now they deleted threats. One rap nigga dead, laid on the floor. And I didn't even.
Hey, you know what I didn't think about? But this AI portion is getting me to think about it. Do you think that? Do you think Kendrick might take a while, and whenever he drops, I don't know, come with a video as well, like he's done for like the hard part, whatever. And maybe what he'll not only do is he's gonna try to obviously lyrically body Drake, but maybe he's gonna try to do the presentation. You remember I've always said this. When it comes to presentation, at times, I've always said Drake could take a page out of Kanye's book, right? Just in presentation, great music, but like your music's bigger than life at this point. If you do a little bit on presentation, like this shit would even look 20 times bigger, right? And you're the biggest anyway. Kendrick, he always presents the shit in this like artistic package that almost feels like it's a perfect mix. It's like being in a museum type shit. I'm wondering if because I seen officially Ice. That's my guy Ice from Joe Budden podcast. He had said he felt that Drake's quote unquote rollout of push-ups, which we're calling that song that Drake dropped at Kendrick push-ups. He thought it was bad. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it just happened to happen like that. Like I think a lot of y'all believe that Drake intended to roll it out via my stream. No. You know what I mean? Like the song actually did get leaked. You know what I mean? Shit. And then when I went on stream, I had no idea I'm either on the track or was gonna get the full track. It just happened to come to me that time. So it wasn't necessarily a rollout, if you want to say that that's what it is. I'm wondering if Kendrick's gonna have a little bit more official, like, yo, let me really set this up, because if you know, and by the way, also, if we're thinking about rollout as well too, remember back to back, he had at least like a cover art for it, right? Drake back to back cover art. He had a cover art for it, which you know obviously meant something, right? I forgot the story behind the cover art. It says Drake uses Blue Jays World Series 1993 win
Blind devotion is a dangerous
as
thing.
cover art for Meek.
But
I
when
think
it came to
it had some
quota, Omnigul
significance.
knew no other way.
It
She
was the
raised for
Toronto
him
Blue
an
Jays
army of
1993
hive
World
and
Series win
tore
over the
apart
Philadelphia
throngs
Phillies,
of
indicating
guardians.
a win over
Omnigul
New
left
York.
much
Okay,
suffering in
we're
her
showing
wake.
the celebration right after the
Suffering the pyramid now
So yeah.
uses against
By the way,
us.
also
It
looking
expects us to
on the
fall to
SoundCloud
that
for
which
October's
we have
very own,
conquered.
we
Not
haven't seen an
today.
upload of anything. Even the song that we were, you know, obviously talking about, we haven't seen an upload of that. So we'll see. Regardless, I'm wondering if Kendrick will have a official rollout. That is a Kendrick style, right? Yo, let me get a diss song, but let me package it in such a way that I'm completely embarrassed to. Now here's the thing, too. And I'm asking you guys these questions, right? Like this is me thinking out loud. Because there has been that speculation that supposedly Kendrick like really doesn't. And you know, I don't know if y'all view their issues as, yo, I just want to show you that I'm the best at poetry. Like I can rhyme words better or put together words better in song format. From what I've heard, Kendrick really disliked that nigga and would want to, if possible, end that nigga. Okay? This is why when, you know, I think for fans we think this is gonna be some lyrical competition but not go too personal. It's impossible. Right? It's not like maybe if you were rapping with a nigga like J. Cole or some shit, like, okay, let's just, you know, miracles, spirituals, wordfuls, whatever the fuck you want to. No. This is the energy that has been given out over the years, allegedly not only behind the scenes, but y'all have seen a lot manifest in front of the scenes, is that J. Cole not J. Cole, Kendrick do not like that nigga, and if he would like to end that nigga career, if that's even possible. And I don't think that's possible at all. I think Drake is just too big to fail. I don't care if you drop an ether on him. Yeah, at his very worst, he'll look like Jay-Z after that. And Jay-Z still recover fine after he, right? So we will see, man. Chat Marty, thank you for that. By the way, JR and him, thank you for the 1,000 bits on Twitch. He said, yo, J. Cole's high verse is about Drake. I think so. Let's see. Which part of the verse? By the way, the person who confirmed that the Kendrick diss was AI was Daylight, and he's actually on the intro to this one. But let me see. Why do you think he's talking about J. Cole? Okay, so his verse is the third verse. He said, pray your hands for the lands where they spraying pellets and turning your mans into an angel, lean and freeing him from his crammed hellish hole. The weather is cold from jealous souls that fan fellas. I dance as well as Chris Breezy when the bullets start spraying careless. I won't let him Swiss cheese me. Got plans that I can't fail at. Seen plenty bodies trembling, resembling Camp Reddish. So full of potential, never given a real chance to develop. My head envelopes the pen. These ain't fan letters I craft. His album dropped, it was trash. I'm literate like I can't spell it. Is you a demon or is that your demeanor on the gram? This is not tell us. They plead the fifth. I'm seeing hints of a trans fella. Why the hell would this be a Drake? In cancer culture vicinity, he's no killer, trust me. Beneath his chosen identity, there's still a pussy, period. Blood spilling monthly, rather weekly, as a myriad of bodies drop where bricks get karate chopped to maximize the dojo. Dojo, I would imagine you talk about complicated. Comprehende? I wonder will my friends make it past the pearly gates so we could kick it. But based on what their sins say, probably not. Hit lick after lick like a lollipop. You niggas take a lot of tech, the polygraph probably pop. Oh yeah, he was rapping here. Yeah, J. Cole's just a rhymer. That's it. Like, he's a rhymer.
It's not just a rhymer.
Jumanji, they know how he rock. All the bodies I don't caught, I should probably stop. Nah, fuck that. I willingly venture into the den of lions on some killer bee sent to the funeral home facility to test my ability with this thrilling agenda, but it's hard to meet my match when the raps ain't really that tender. By the way, this whole verse is like cap. Since birth, they knew the kid knew his worth. Never wallowed in sorrow, the game he dispersed, and these verses bring gilly potential, a milli from pencils. Never will ability cripple, now please hold your L like you guarding young Philly center. Hold your L, hold your L like you guarding Philly's young center. That was a good one with George Butte. Quick to leave a chick curve. It's only one of me, but bet it's 6 of hers. In my mobile device, yeah, I don't think this is definitely ain't about Drake, man. That's definitely about Drake. But I think that's a clever indirect bars at Kendrick. Anyway, so I disagree with you on that. Y'all agree? I keep saying Cole's top 3. Top 3 are doing what? Top 3 are ducking smoke. Anyway,
That's crazy.
have y'all seen this? They said this is what's going on now. Drake's point of view. That's the RDC world, man. Check this out right here. This is supposed to be Metro. This is supposed to be hilarious.
Big difference between Mike then and Mike now. What the fuck is this, a 20v1, nigga? What's a prince to a king? He a son, nigga. Get more love in the city that you from, nigga. Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga. Yeah, I'm a sick.
Nah, Metro, don't listen to that nigga, bro. He ain't even on shit for real.
Yeah, fuck that shit, Metro. I'm ready to slide back on this nigga right now.
Please stop talking.
Just saying.
You already know we got a plan. Come on, let's do this right now.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to appreciate all y'all for coming to the studio to diss Drake. Chris Brown? Y'all beat?
I said, yo, that nigga got me fucked up.
Alright. See Breezy in the studio. That's cool. To diss Drake again for the 3rd time. We about to drop a
Yo, much love, peace. Yeah, it's me.
How the hell you got beef with Common?
Yeah, you got me back in Stay Scheming, remember?
Alright, man. See, I told y'all, man, Drake be tripping, bro. He dissing everybody. He diss Common. Y'all, bro, I think he should let that go. But yeah. Wait, hold on. It's a few niggas in the studio I just don't. Chance? No, that's Chance.
Yeah, me too. He got me.
Yo, it's so crazy. It's so easy to like kind of start looking like these guys. Varsity jacket, number 3 hat.
Dude,
Chance, what do you do to you?
he dissed me on draft day, remember? Pick a name like Chance the Rapper. Come on.
That was definitely disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
That's a reason.
You doing? Chance, fuck it up out of here, bro. Get out of here, Chance.
This some bullshit, man.
We just made you put anybody in shit, man. Come on, man. Alright, hold on. Pause all of this, man. Some of y'all should be here like Pusha T, Rick Ross, I guess, after Drake gave you all the fucking hits. Wait, where Ross at?
Man, that's the basketball see right here. It's all.
Where you go?
Went and I laid the track down. I dissed Drake. The beef is over.
What are you talking about, Ross? You were supposed to wait.
The thing about being a boss, you don't wait on nobody. You make your own decisions.
Alright, Rick Ross.
And another thing, I'm really proud of everybody.
Alright, I said alright, but we trying to do something.
Y'all came to a common.
Alright, Rick! Damn, alright! You know what? I just don't know if we can make hits with everybody in this room. Like, Luda! What is Luda doing? You and Drake don't like each other? Stand up! Man, go film Fast 11, bro. I'm not listening to you. Get the fuck out of here. What? Hey, what is...
Who the hell is it?
Who is this dancing in the back? What's up?
Who is it?
Oh, no. Hey, bro.
Wait, who is that, Jack? Who that supposed to be?
Did he?
Bro, who is this supposed to be?
Who is this dancing in the back?
That's Diddy? No. This, no.
What calling the album off. The album's off.
Yo, the nigga said.
Oh no, hey, bro, hey, man, watch out with that shit. Hey, we calling the album off. The album's off. I don't care, bro. Drake got this round, bro. What's up, y'all? RDC World here. I know y'all wondering what we got coming up next.
For now, anyway.
Did you
Shout out to
retrieve
RDC World,
any
man. Y'all
further
go check them out,
essence?
my peoples.
We did. This time
Okay.
unique to
All
this
right.
nightmare.
All right.
I see.
It is
Then
20v1.
we will uncover its secrets together. Until
Listen.
then, the hive
We're gonna have to start the
inside
timer.
Scarlet Keep.
We're gonna have to start the
Let
timer,
me know
people.
what you
Okay?
find within.
The timer has to start today. This is day 2 without a response from Kendrick Lamar. Okay? Is this day 2? I believe this is day 2. Is it day 2 or day 3? Is it day 2 or day 3?
Day 2, I think. I think this is day 2 now.
That's not day 1. Yesterday was day... Nah, it's day 2 or day 3? It's day 3? When was... Drake dropped on Saturday, which means Sunday would have been day 1. Nah, yeah, you gotta give it a full day. It's day 2. 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 Alright. We're gonna be tweeting this out every day until we get a response, okay?
That's
Day
what.
2 with no response from Kendrick Lamar yet. Okay, we're gonna be tweeting this every day until we get a goddamn response. Cause I actually think that this nigga Kendrick gonna take his sweet old time. And you know the motherfuckers would be like, yo, day 2 of me DMing you, cause y'all be DMing that shit. Like, yo, day 3 of me asking you for a job. There's a nigga in my DMs. He don't even know I'm watching it the whole time. He's like, day 90 of me asking you for a job.
The fight continues.
I'm at this point, I'm just looking to see if he's ever gonna stop. I'm like, God damn, this boy's dedicated. I like that. I might have to answer after like 150. Jeez. Anyway, all right, okay. I see what's going on out here. I see what the fuck is going on. One line that kind of went over my head when it came to Drake's track was him getting that Future, which, by the way, you know, it kind of still fuels and feeds into the Future Drake fell out over a woman thing, because apparently the lines in Drake's diss where he says, Drizzy Chippendale probably got your bitch Chanel, that was a line at Future, right? And that line was basically, the meaning of it is that Chippendale was like, I think like these characters from this TV show, and the antagonist in the show was named Pluto, okay? So this dog right here was called Pluto, and basically these motherfuckers were like outsmarting Pluto the entire show. That's like the premise of it. Outsmart this motherfucker, which is if Drake is like saying Drizzy Chippendale, right? So he's basically saying I'm Chippendale, I probably got your bitch Chanel. He's probably saying I've been outsmarting you, especially even not only in music but also in women, okay? You know. And the next line after that, he actually says, Rolling Loud stage, y'all was turned, that was slick as hell. Shit'll probably change if you BM kiss and tell, okay? And then we get to find out that, you know, Future, who has like 5 baby mamas, one of his OG baby mamas, and Ciara has a song called Kiss and Tell. Okay? Not gonna lie, I didn't even pick up on this till today. It just kind of shows that, hey, listen, this ain't no AI shit. Like, Drizzy was in the back for a little bit and came up with some clever shit. I still wonder what the fuck is going on with him. That's I don't think we're gonna get those clarifications. Right? Okay, this is daylight saving shit. AI. Ross is trying to get a response. Ross actually said this. Or actually, he was listening. He was in the club last night, listening to shit, and basically he was teasing. He was baiting Drake to drop another response to him, right? And he was also listening to an old Drake track and then questioning what Drake wrote. say drop a response or tell the kids you don't respond. So, you know, he's actually, I'm going to be honest with you, he's doing a pretty decent job of trolling Drake on social media. We know that's not the arena that Kendrick plays in, and this is why I do believe that if Drake possibly loses, obviously I don't think he's going to lose this battle. I actually think that he has the leg up right now slightly, and I do think he's ready to go all 9. No Diddy. If he is to lose this, I don't think, obviously a song by Kendrick is gonna matter a lot, but remember how he beat Meek? He made Meek the butt of the joke on social media. Kendrick ain't finna get on social media and start tweeting hashtag BBL Drizzy or whatever the hell he raps about, right? He's not gonna tweet that, right? He's not gonna turn Drake into a meme or some funny shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know who's doing that pretty decently right now?
Rick Ross.
So Rick Ross right now, his most effective, you know, his song was good, but like I don't think people ain't waiting for Drake response to Ross's song, or even Ross's song is not no knockout punch or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cool song though. But what Ross could do is almost change, like I mean, he did it to DJ Envy. Obviously, DJ Envy's not Drake. We get it. But he also did it to, he used to call 50 Monkey or whatever he used to call him. You know, basically. Ross, I do think, has the ability to try to change or make Drake, like, you know, laughed at by the masses, and that is part of kind of winning the beef. Like, you turn the other person to a joke, right? So I do think that Ross is helping here, even though I don't think maybe he's sitting back like, yo, Kendrick, I got the social media component for you. I think Ross looks at it as an angle of, nigga, I want to go back and forth with this nigga. I want to get into it with this nigga. Let me and him squabble. Not for anything, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to get a bigger, like, I'm going to become a bigger artist, you know, than he is now. And also, look at all the music he's put out with Drake, or his catalog, period. You have to realize, anybody who's going to be acknowledged by Drake at this point, your catalog is going up. I would like to see if, you know, I have a few, like, people who help me some stats that I always like to look at. Rick Ross, right? Let's look at Rick Ross. By the way, he hasn't dropped it yet on streaming services, but it probably will be at some point. Anyway, I want y'all to track his monthly listeners, right? Track Ross's monthly listeners for the next few days. If you could track it from before the diss to after the diss. So before Drake dropped his diss to like now, and continue to track it as the days go by, I want to see if beefing with Drake or having Drake diss you or even trolling Drake, what's that impact? What's that impact on your career in terms of numbers or people flocking to, you know, shit. Just even having that song Champagne Moments, I ain't gonna lie, like I've been kind of playing a little bit more Rick Ross recently. I gotta keep it a beat. I've been listening to Rick Ross a little bit more recently, right? Somebody says, nobody talking about Metro's album, bro. Blew a 3-1. Nah, Metro's second album is more R&B, but I do believe that there are disses on Metro album that because Drake responded, nobody's talking about those subliminals no more, right? I do believe that Drake responded so directly. Yo, Cupper like Ricky. Metro, shut your whole ass up. Kendrick, you a midget. He responded so directly, we're not going to be parsing through Metro's album to find, like, equal slick disses. Like, even the Weeknd's diss, which is, you know, I thought it was kind of cool, you know, even though we sung it. I don't think people want to hear that no more. People ain't trying to find those little nuggets in the album anymore because the beef is here now. It's direct time. It's, yo, make a song dedicated to me. That's why I think Rick Ross is probably getting all the attention that would have went to Metro's album in terms of people trying to go through Metro's album, trying to figure out who dissed Drake or what this meant in this, that, and third. Yeah. Hold on as well. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, good. Here we go too. Okay, by the way, I'm gonna tweet this out and I'm gonna also put it on the screen. Future and Metro Boomin. We still don't trust you. Is on pace to sell. Is on pace to sell. How much? 175K firstly. I actually think that number might go down a little bit because a lot of they're extrapolating. A lot of people went the first and second day thinking Drake this. Then Drake dropped his own disc. People ain't going back to the album to find. They know Kendrick ain't on it. Okay, whatever. There are some good songs on it. I'm not gonna lie. It's more R&B like. If you guys didn't listen to it, it's more of an R&B type of feel, different from the rap party and feel that you got with We Don't Trust You, the original or the first iteration. So, it's a little bit different. It was obviously meant to be different. And I'm not gonna be some biased hater, some shit, and call it whack. It's not whack, even though we probably listened to it trying to hear some of this shit. But he did a good bait and switch. All right, it's time for R&B. Come on, Weeknd. Come on, you know what I mean? Did all that shit. And I'm not saying it's an R&B album, but it had a lot with it. All right, cool. Anyway, what was I gonna do? All right, so yes, so just keep, please. Right now, Rick Ross at 14,724,506 listeners. Please, somebody keep me updated on how that changes. They do update it pretty much damn near
pick our
kind of
bones
daily
dry.
almost. You know what I mean? Even though it's monthly listeners, if you get a spike, it will change, right? Otherwise, they're trying to average out if there's not much significant attention going to the catalog. So we will see if this is going to help Rick Ross. All right. By the way, let me see if Rick Ross has posted anything else. This nigga been on a posting spree. I ain't gonna lie. His story views probably lit as shit. Tell us lit because all these people promoting is Bel-Air. Yo, he's been trolling the shit out of Birdman. You know what's so funny? Like, this is like a reality about it. So Ross now lives in well, he's always kind of in Miami, or had like some spot in Florida. You know, he's from Florida. But he got his residence, like that Promised Land place in Atlanta, and now he got a place on Star Island, which is in Miami, right? Birdman like lives probably 10 minutes from him. They hate each other. They both go to Club Live. I don't know how they don't run into each other. It's kind of like amazing. It's like beefing with a nigga who both of y'all, it takes 20 to 30 people to move. It takes 20 to 30 people for you to move around, 20 to 30 people for them to move around. Y'all go to the same clubs, and y'all been beefing for 5 years. Y'all always outside and never ran into each other. It's kind of crazy. Okay, he's just trolling. He's trolling.
Wait, I just got a check, nigga. Hold up.
He's just trolling. Okay.
It's the biggest bezel in the game.
All right. He hasn't really said shit since. Okay. You know what I was shocked that Ross kept saying? He kept saying, I got more money than you. And he said it to Drake and Birdman. He said it to Drake and Birdman. He was clowning Birdman after Birdman had chimed in.
Hey. That's where Birdman house was at, right over there. Stunner. That's where your house was at, right there. The little island over there.
My heart deal with anger.
survival mode. Okay. Do you think that Drake needs to then go do the obvious and go fuck with, obviously he invited Christina Mackey to his show before, but maybe he needs to go holla at this chick right here, which is Rick Ross's baby mom's, because she might got some shit.
Call me Boots.
Here we go. Listen.
Drake, call me Boots.
Oh.
I got something to tell you.
Oh.
Drake told Will to drop it, get him 50. He can't. He probably could give him 4.
That's crazy.
I'm just playing. I don't know what that big fat would do. Drake, call me Boots.
All right.
That's crazy.
Not stopping either.
That's crazy.
I got your hoes, Ricky. Hey, tell your daddy. I love this shit, dog. Hey. Tell that bitch I see why he a hoe.
Oh.
That's Ross's baby moms.
You dust my. Who the fuck is that? Pa get up, pa suck. From Lamar Odom dick sucking. The hoe that was sucking the base of dick. You was over there holding bottles between your pussy and sucking Ross for $500 or $1,200. You told me. What you in the comments?
Oh my God.
It's gonna be a lifetime of snapping hoes. I got it, see. You wish you had. Find you a show to get on again, ho. I heard your time ran out. I just left my comment for you, Miss Get a Pie, whoever you is, or Miss Ahmad.
God damn. This chick be going in constantly. I think there's like another video of her just going off. She be going off all the fucking time.
I'm voting for Trump. What the fuck y'all heard?
All right. Anyway,
Uncle said he making money off you on his page. Tell that bitch I'll be rolling up to get my sack now. It better be Santa Claus motherfucking heavy style. Listen, the way he like the waffles and mammages with heavy weight. It better be fucking heavy. The sled coming. Go tell that big back. See it? Bitch, better play over on Dixie. The bright line run every 7 fucking minutes. Girl, make money off of who? You ain't seen a Bel Air bottle sit between.
Ooh. Oh. I did not mean to do that. Come on. Oh my god. My god. I don't know why I did that. I guess I lost the event. Oh, never mind. Hmm. A grenade launcher. Go find some shanks.
In here, our private client with Chase Brokerage, they're obsessively calling me, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're wanting to get your business, or do you already have it? Mm.
No, they want it.
Okay.
And I'm just like, dude, I'm chilling in Fidelity and Moo, just basic stuff. I like just doing my own. I just invest in the market, but whatever. It's fine. So I think this is where you had some of your tobacco stocks, if I'm not mistaken. So there's just lots of movements in here. Are these the ones that come to you and before they make decisions, or you have them on their own just going?
They don't come to me as much as like the gas station type stuff, like opportunities I have to look to. For the most part, it's automatic, but like I already know generally what it was because I already told them to do it. So
with this right here, do you know their average yearly performance over the history of their?
Don't.
See, I'm just curious. I'm curious how it compares to the S&P 500.
Damn.
I really am.
Yeah,
I'm so
I'm not
curious.
Sure. I haven't
and
looked
then
into that.
with whatever fees they have on top of it, even if they're doing better, their fees just immediately just squashing whatever extra you might get.
Yeah, I'm not sure. For me, I kind of feel like the difference to look into probably isn't worth my time for right now. It's what I started doing. I think it's working for me, so I'm just keeping it going.
Okay.
But the difference is to look around and compare. I probably would have to like put someone on that because my time is just not worth it to.
Well, when talking millions, an extra 2%
that
you could be saving.
I just feel like right now, if I were to like go look, I'm like, oh, like the headache. It's not.
Nah, you tell someone to look, right?
Yeah, I know. That's why I have to tell them, but I don't know right now.
Ah, there it is. Did a $23,000 buy on British American Tobacco. And you got a 49,323 203. Oh my gosh. $49,233 according to quarterly dividends. I cannot. Cool.
Generally, if it's legal and people use it to cope with their unhappiness in life, it's probably a great business to invest into. Sadly, but that's reality.
Gosh. $534,356 in dividends a year. That's nice.
Is it enough? No, I'm proud. I'm happy
well, it
with
depends
where it
what
is.
you're trying to get to.
Right.
I don't do a lot of dividend investing.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with the progress on it. Yeah.
Well, is that your retirement plan? Dividends, specifically?
I mean, eventually, yeah, I just want all the dividends to come for me not doing anything. So that way I can just dedicate all my time to animals. Because what I really want to do for my retirement plan is my own fun projects. Like I want a dog rehabilitation, like to get dogs who are both on the street and then ones who are going to be put down other shelters. Like bring them over here because I'll have more space.
Yeah.
So I want to do that for dogs and then get them adopted and stuff. And for things like veterans, if they are going across to serve, I want to be able to board their dogs and take care of them till they get back. And if they don't come back, sadly, then we'll find homes for them. I just think it's like a lot of fun stuff that I can do that most people don't get the opportunity to do that I'm excited about. But I want to make sure that I have all my resources and things figured out so that I don't have to go asking for donations, because that's unreliable. Because one of the shelters I looked up to, or I still do, but during COVID, they couldn't have like their charity auctions or like their galas. They would have like all their fundraising in person. They didn't have like a big social media presence, and so they were really struggling. But they have like such a nice facility, and theirs is like $2 million a year to maintain. Like it's really nice.
And you said you only want $1 million.
Yeah,
$1 million a year.
Yeah, to start like looking for a ranch. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before I start property hunting.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I would cut into it if I don't have like enough internet, and that kind of gives Starlink more time to catch up to.
How is the private equity paying out so far, by the way? Is there any payout so far?
There is some, yeah. I think at the end of this, I think when I get to the end of it, it's projecting to be like the next year after the $5 million is paid to be like in the 700,000 per year kickback. So, no, it's pretty good. It's on track for that. Right now, I haven't like caught up with the most recent investment. I haven't looked at that. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but. Yeah.
And really, your only debts is the $1.34 million mortgage of $7,828 a month. It's crazy. What rate did you get for that?
Can't remember. Let me message. So I was comparing a lot of different rates and options for a lot of different properties at the time. So
when did you get it? What year?
Last year. 5.75% interest rate.
Okay, so 5.57%
there you go.
interest rate with a 2.1% property tax. What kills me is my mortgage on like a $800,000 mortgage is almost the same payment as Austin.
Yep, they sure do.
But I couldn't live in Houston.
Yeah.
This is too humid, and this is.
Is it that much more humid? I don't know, because I live there
decently, and it's less sunny, and there's no hills.
Less sunny.
It's all flat.
I guess it just rains a little bit more,
yeah,
but
you get more
we still had a drought in the summer.
I know, but
it was awful.
There's no beautiful hills.
No, there's not. It's definitely on a topography scale much more boring.
And it's a highway.
Yeah, and socially more boring as well.
Yeah, and it's a highway.
What do you mean?
It is very car dependent. Incredibly.
It is, but the highway makes more sense there. Like the grid is
well,
like,
with how they built the city, yes, it makes more sense.
It's not like random turns on a hill. Like, oh,
they could have built the city around humans existing instead of the car, but yeah, they built it around the car.
Efficiency.
Wow.
for working.
Is everyone stuck in gridlock efficient versus being on a train or something where you get space?
I would say only a few parts of the area is gridlock. It's actually not as bad. It's mostly like 290 and 610, but those because they're narrower. It's congestion. That's the issue. But they're always under construction to expand it.
Well, yeah, with induced demand, every time you add a lane, eventually within about 3 to 6 months, it fills up to just about the same.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah. Okay, and then you have another mortgage, $457,000. Is that a rental property? What are you doing with that?
I have my former house that I've converted for now into just extra office space for like.
You need that much?
I don't need it, but I haven't started. I don't want to sell it right now because it's appreciated a lot in value, and so I think it's going to keep doing that.
And renting?
I've considered renting, and I'm thinking about moving them all to the main house. I'm just trying to get that space figured out first before I just decide to kick my own staff out and start renting it out.
Sure.
And then you gotta have like stuff moved. Because I still kind of use it as a storage facility too for my stuff because I didn't want to just move all my stuff and I didn't need per se.
Okay. So that's the finances that we have. In 2022, you said you're worth about $40 million. What do you think you're worth today?
I don't know because I don't know how to calculate that on how much do I have to spend versus like projected.
Not to spend. It's just like all your assets minus all your liabilities.
I mean, it's probably how much have I made this year? What year was that again?
2022.
2022.
Because we can't really calculate the private equity one as much, but what we have is about $35 million.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on.
We also didn't calculate equity in either the properties or the gas station properties in that as well, because we don't know what they're worth. So, honestly, it could be like 45.
Yeah, no, 45 would be,
You know, if that $45 million was just in the overall market, $45 million, and you withdrew 3% for the rest of the year, which means it'll pretty much never run out, that would only be $1,350,000 a year in guaranteed income for the rest of your life. So you already hit the goal if you were in the overall market.
I would have to finish my investing, my private equity to be able to get that much, actually.
Well, no. That, if your net worth was all in the market, which is impossible because you have you have your personal residence, but just as an example, if you were worth $45 million and it was in just the S&P 500 and you withdrew 3% a year, which is the number that you hit to never run out of money based on historical performance, that's $1.35 million a year for the rest of your life, guaranteed. Instead of overcomplicating all this stuff.
I guess if you project for the future, not just what am I getting right now in dividends kind of thing.
Well, that's even without dividends. Dividends will boost it up even more. But with dividends, I'd probably just reinvest it anyway, typically. Because usually...
I'm wanting to get, like, without me, like, withdrawing, I'm thinking, like, dividends, I want, like, at least $1 million. Backing. And then I withdraw.
Dividends in what, though? Highly performing dividend stocks? Or in just basic... overall well-performing stocks that are giving smaller dividends?
A mixture of stuff, because I do so much different things that are kicking back money, right? So between, like, the properties and then the private equities and then the stocks themselves.
Well, I'm just curious on your taking investing, because when it comes to me, I just go simple. I go
complicated.
You do. You go very complicated. I feel like, do you have a lot of mouths in your ear when it comes to giving you advice on money? Lots of different.
Yeah, and then I kind of have to weed through, like, who is really understanding of the situation and who's, like, looking at it from a traditional standpoint where it's like a stable job for years kind of vibe, and like what's safest that way versus like what's a good opportunity for my unique situation.
Do you think the United States economy will be better by the time you're retired than it is today? Bigger.
Oh, bigger?
Sorry, bigger. Yes.
Okay.
We average about what 1.5 to 2% growth a year, if I'm not mistaken, in GDP.
Right.
Maybe 3.
But what about like the inflation? How fast is that?
Oh well, they shoot for 2, but I think they get about 3.5 on average.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be.
Oh wait, where's my?
By the time because it depends when I retire too, I guess.
3.2% is the average U.S. GDP growth. This is according to Yahoo. So, in general, the reason why I just bet in the overall bet, it is technically a bet, I just go into the overall market, is because I don't think the United States has that major competitor that would make it by the time we retire that we would be a smaller economy. Like, I really don't. So I'm just betting.
I don't think it'll be smaller. I just don't know if it'll grow by the time I retire. But I guess it depends when I retire, right? Is that like 2 or 3 years? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years?
Okay.
I don't really know.
I just know a lot of people that don't invest in the overall market. They have a lot of doom and gloom behind them. And I'm just going off of historical performance since, the S&P 500 was created. It's about 10% a year. What is it? It's like 8 to 12% on average, so like 10%. Dude, money just put in there, less complicated, not investing advice, less complicated, withdraw 3% a year. You never run out of money. It most likely just grows. That's $1.35 million a year.
It's very sound. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that more after the final capital calls for sure. I'll probably look more into it too when I get back. But what my accountant's saying right now is the reason why is we're assigning gas stations as zeros because we're waiting for like the 1031 transfer to unlock that value.
Sure.
So conservatively, but same thing for the orchard. So conservatively, about like 40 million still, roughly.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. On a
we're pretty close.
They like to give me numbers conservatively because I tell them don't get my hopes up.
Yeah.
Like, let's go for like the economy.
Yeah.
Like, then I feel safe. Then I'm not like, biting my nails, if I like want to spend a lot of money on like a huge property.
Yeah. No, I do the same when I talk to my people who help me buy properties up north. Okay. If you're anything like me, you understand how staring at screens all day can really take a toll on your eyes. That's why I'm excited to talk about my experience with today's sponsor, Warby Parker. And let me tell you, It's been awesome. First off, the selection is incredible, with frames starting at just $95. This includes prescription lenses with UV protection. They've got something for everyone. And speaking of selection, their home try-on program is genius. You get to try 5 pairs at home for free with no strings attached. Plus, they'll recommend frames tailored for your style and fit preferences. Taking care of your eyes can look good, too, I hope, because I wear them every day. Also, shipping is free both ways, so when trying out a pair, it's completely risk-free. You're gonna love the experience of Warby Parker as much as I have these last few years. Head over to warbyparker.com/hammer right now to take the home try-on quiz and pick 5 pairs of frames to try on at home for free. That's warbyparker.com/hammer. And I like getting into the complicated things. I get into the complicated things when I do my property stuff. So it's not like I'm like fully against it. I'm just trying to show. You said you wanted $1 million a year in guaranteed income.
Yeah.
Technically, I think you could be there if you wanted to be right now.
I think so too. I'm more just concerned about like things in the market not going well, I guess. I just like to play things safe, especially when I already have like terms like the kick deal where it's like I'm locked in for a certain amount of years, and I always have like other like yearly contracts to other websites that'll like pay me to stream there or whatever. It's like,
if the market doesn't do well though, how are those small businesses gonna do well? Like if the market isn't performing well, how are all those other business ventures usually going to do well? Because if the market's not performing well, the economy's not doing very well.
Right.
And if the economy's not doing well, those businesses are not doing well. So why not just invest in the market?
I think if this one, it's like when I started investing in it, it was going to ensure me like a bigger kickback faster than just the index fund. And obviously, like now, it probably wouldn't make sense for me at the scale that private equity does to do it now. But I kind of started that before I was making $1 million a month. So. But yeah, I think the index is generally the best advice for people.
And then on the business ventures, we already mentioned the fart, which is absolutely wild, but you made a killing, so what?
Fart cars!
It's great. You sold out, right?
I mean, does it really ever sell out?
Does it? Well, on the website it said sell out.
Yeah, I could bring it back whenever I want to, but...
How much did you make off of it in total by the end?
See, I think each was I don't remember. I did hot tub jar waters too at the time. I can't remember which price was what.
Well, okay, so it's marked on the website for the cutie patooties as $1,000 each, but marked down to $4.99. So I don't know what the actual.
My farts went down in value after a while. It got less protein in the diet. Got to kick that back up.
And then you upsold the hot water jars for $200, but it's marked down to $49.
Yeah, it's because I don't really get in the hot tub anymore, so it's just it would be like my dogs are in it too, tainting the water.
Do you know how much you made across both of those? I'm curious.
I want to say probably like 100,000 maybe.
Okay. Then you launched the AI chatbot. You made $34,000 in the first day?
Yeah, that's
insane.
Cool.
How much have you made since?
I think it hasn't been going enough for me to like get an average. I'd have to see how much, but I think about per week, it's probably like like 3,000 or so a week right now. Me not doing anything though.
Crazy.
It's just the AI talking to people.
Well, did you have to buy into it?
No, they approached me and were like, "Will you let us do this and take a percentage of it?" And I was like, "Yeah,
what is
go for it."
Life, you make so much money.
I know.
Oh my gosh. My producer's note says we should buy it. We're not buying it for your research, Noah. Weirdo.
They have like a free version that's fun to play with. At least it did for a bit. I don't know if they still offer it, but yeah, there was like a free.
And then he says
version.
We should make one for me as well. We're also not doing that, Noah. There's no.
It'd be kind of dangerous for you because then they'd be asking it financial advice.
Oh no.
For me, they're just like it's like just a person to talk to, kind of like MSN chatbots back in the day, but mine's more advanced, so it remembers every single conversation that it's had. Person, eternal memory.
Oh, the purchases of that.
Yeah.
I mean, would you feel insulted or bad if I called them losers?
No.
Okay. Are they losers?
It depends on the situation. Some people, absolutely. Like if they're lonely because they chose not to get their life together and they just don't want to, work or whatever it is, yeah, you would call that a loser. But some people have like such bad social anxiety that even though they go to a job, they can afford to pay for like
their social anxiety
that kind of thing.
Worse though, if that's the outlet.
Not really, because usually they're turning to it as as a coping mechanism for an already like problematic trait that they have. You know, it's kind of like an aspirin, I guess, for people who have that bad of social anxiety and have literally no one to talk to. Some people are just really lonely. They don't have family anymore.
Yeah.
They don't have friends. And so for a lonely person, that's like taking an aspirin for your social media or your loneliness. It doesn't fix the issue, but at least makes you feel better for a little bit.
These questions, Noah just want to roast. He just wrote the most insane questions. Everyone did their own research section, and Noah wrote the most insane questions.
Well, let me hear them. I want to hear. I like insane
Well, we already
questions.
did the should I launch. Apparently, I'm thinking about selling my kidney stones to the audience. Can you help with the packaging?
The packaging. We'll just do that picture you showed me earlier on the couch.
Yeah. How do you prepare to fart 1,000 times? I feel like that just happens
See,
naturally.
I wasn't doing it at per demand, right? It was more of like, I just had jars in the bathroom, and because, you know, I take care of my fitness, I have a lot of protein. When I go to the bathroom, usually there's like a wall of gas before you take the defecation, and it's just like, I'm gonna fill jars because it's right there on the floor.
There's literally only one thing that grosses me out in this world, and it's poop.
Well, I'm not pooping in the jar.
Well, yeah. That's
that's worth extra. That's extra. That's
Is there a specific pose, a warm-up routine, a methodology behind the perfect fart?
Oh.
Finance show.
Just protein bars, protein shakes, you know, meat, all of it. Eggs.
I'll do it. How much do you...
Let me tell you a secret.
Oh.
You think, like, who buys these? Sometimes it's not about who
9:30.
buys them, but it's about who writes about them.
Who writes, like the news?
It's earned media, yes. Articles and virality, and then YouTubers will often, like, react to it. And then you can even send, like in my case, the fart jars, I send YouTubers, like social media care packages, and I'm just giving them free content, and they're giving me free publicity.
I'm glad I wasn't a big enough YouTuber when that was happening.
Well, you are now. Would you like a care package? You have a bathroom here. So.
Oh my gosh. I'm reading this for exactly what was written. How much did you make selling beer?
Oh, that website's actually launching today. It hasn't.
Really?
Pre-sales go up today. Yeah, pre-orders.
How much?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the website yet.
Do you have any left Caleb can buy?
I can just give you some. Give your whole. I'll give your whole office.
Give Noah them.
Give you a few cases.
I need him to. A final question from Noah, you animal. He's the one doing the post-show interview, so this is gonna be great if this is what he's writing down. We were thinking about a whiskey distilled with just a hint of Caleb's ball sweat. Any thoughts?
Bruh.
That's amazing.
I am so sorry.
No, I love this. Don't be sorry to me. I'm the most degenerate, embracing person I know.
My mind floats.
I embrace it. It's all fun in the end. Think about all the degenerate stuff people do for free. You've heard about it. When they come to your show asking for help.
I've just met you. I will do this with friends that I know for like a couple months. I just met you.
Well, we can be friends.
Sorrow in her eyes now. I am glad.
It's up.
What is the website? Essence. Essence.beer.
How much do you get from this?
It depends on how much sells, I guess.
But like a beer sells for $20. What do you get?
I have to ask. I don't remember. I'm more. For this kind of stuff, I don't do it for an economic standpoint. I do it for the virality of it and the relevancy from people reacting and posting about it.
Well, honestly, it is fun. It's just like that's
it's
just
like
it's fun and silly.
It could be like the smallest amount, and it would still be worth it for stuff like this.
What is it? Have you tasted it?
No, I haven't yet.
Are you going to taste it?
Maybe. I'm gonna let other people taste it first, though.
Is it just gonna taste like beer?
It should, because all beer has yeast in it, right?
Yeah.
It's more of just a commodity, I think. That this yeast was.
Every beer can't have it, right?
They use yeast to like usually it's yeast from bread or something.
So they take a little bit of your yeast and then they just continue to grow it.
Yeah, they'll like match the profile of it exactly, you know, make sure it's like still consistent.
Right. So. Nice.
And all the people that are like, ew, well, like, are y'all not munches for your girl? Like, geez. And the beer probably tastes less like that than straight from the source.
We have a thing here.
Unhinged.
The Hammer Financial Score. This is where you give yourself a score overall, 0 to 10.
Do I even apply to be on this the scale? Like, is there like a Is there like a
Everyone's on the
craziness
scale. I'm a 7
okay.
out of 10.
Oh, why are you only a 7?
Because I like to 0% finance some things, but
Okay.
that adds risk, so that negates some things.
Okay,
I have some
okay, let's
mortgages.
find out.
What would you give yourself? 0 to 10. 10 being the absolute best. You can get no better. 0 being you can get no worse.
Probably an 8.
Probably an 8. You can get your Hammer Financial Score for free in the description below. See, I know how to plug things. Let's see. Spending in a budget. Well, if your spending was for the average American, it would be just absolutely ridiculous. But it's absolutely fantastic in your situation. I mean, it's 10 out of 10 for spending in a budget. Because, like, you fit in the 50, 30, 20 easily. 50% on needs, 30% on wants, 20% in investing.
Yeah.
You're investing way beyond that. So, debt. Technically, you have mortgages.
Right, but doesn't everybody?
Well, yes, and I find them to be good debts. However, they are technically a risk profile. It's going to be an 8 out of 10 for debt, which is actually really good, though.
Right.
It's really good. If you think 5 is like average,
right? Sure.
8 is really good.
I'll take
Emergency
that.
fund. You have an emergency fund. Yeah, I mean, you have cash laying everywhere.
Yeah, I would say any amount of any stocks could be an emergency fund in theory, because I don't need it. Right, it's more of just my fun goal. In the
Yeah, but
future.
emergency fund for a business owner, I'd like 12 months of literally just what it takes to survive, set aside in a high yield savings.
I mean, like I never have less than like $200,000 in any account. So I mean, I guess technically, yeah.
You have it. It's just sitting like a checking account.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 there. Retirement, yeah, just maxing it out. Getting a little weird, a little finessey, but 10 out of 10. I wonder with the private equity. Maybe I should knock off a point just because it's extra risk, even though it could play out and be wild. I'm gonna do a 9 out of 10 because it does increase risk. Real estate. It's great. So to get the perfect score, and people hate this, but I just think of like what's the best of the best finances like any individual could have anywhere. It's like multiple fully paid off cash flowing rental properties is like the perfect real estate.
Right.
Trust me, a 7 is still great. I'm a 7. So I'm thinking.
What would you think is the perfect real estate, by the way? Like what type to invest in?
Well, my preferred real estate is if I'm getting a property to rent out residential wise, I'm getting a minimum 12% cash on cash return. So whatever I put into it, I want to see a 12% return immediately.
Is that just like suburban homes, or is that like apartment complexes? Or
I started houses off of my old college campus,
Okay.
and then now I'm buying like quadplexes and stuff like that. No, the next thing I'm saving up for is maybe an apartment complex.
Are college kids like nice to the house?
I haven't had any issues, but a lot of people have had issues.
Okay.
I think if I bought in like Fratville,
Yeah,
probably a
that's
little
what
riskier.
that's what I'm thinking. Like
Yeah.
frat houses,
But
and
this
party
is just
houses.
this is the more chill area. I know the area well.
Okay.
And it's my
Something
home.
to keep
so.
in mind. Yeah,
Real estate, 8 out of 10.
that's fair. That's about what I was thinking.
You're not renting out the second place, but you're also getting in the gas station things.
Yeah.
But you also have some leverage, which does
I might
create
rent it
inherent
out
risk.
soon. We'll see.
Hammer Financial Score 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay. See, I'm very
9 out of
conservative
10.
with myself. I'm like, I try to be the moderate side of realistic expectations. I don't like to live in delusion.
Yeah. So you, Graham, Steph, and Jack Selby, they're the only ones I've done Hammer Financial Scores so far for 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like for the investment side, I'm probably missing out on a lot of opportunities just because I haven't had the personal time to look into it. Since I'm trying to just stream so much. So I feel like there's a lot more safer and better investments I could be making. So hopefully I can figure those out soon.
How many hours a day do you stream?
Usually around, lately it's been like 12 to 15, and that's how it's been like that way for years though. So now you see why I'm like, I don't know, stuff. Well, I was just like, take care of it, thanks.
So is your audience freaking out that you're not streaming right now?
No, I told them I was coming on the show, and they're looking forward to stream later, so.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
Amaranth, Caleb, Smasher Pass.
If he just goes bald, that's just more room for sitting on faces. Okay.
I love you.
What's the worst condition you've ever left a car in after an OF video? Is what he wrote down.
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.
Unhinged.
Hi, my name is Ian. I'm 21 years old. I'm based out of Arlington, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
Okay. I have intermediate thought and concern. It's going in front of me. Not the largest stack by any means, but immediate thought and concern. First, I want to know, what are you doing for a living, and what are you bringing in?
Wait,
I'm an assistant manager at Quick Trip in South Dallas.
Okay.
And it should. And I make around 60 to 65.
Really, as an assistant manager, how many hours a week are you working?
The base is 46, and that's where the 60 comes from. But the range is because I take a lot of extra shifts. So I'm
what's your hourly?
15.
Okay, wow.
But we get bonuses.
Okay, what are the bonuses based off of location performance?
Store profits,
Yeah.
And we have secret shoppers that come in, and their scores they give our store determines the other part of the bonus.
So it sounds like you have a pretty good score.
Yes.
So you have a pretty good score on your job part, which leads me to extra concern as to why the possible we are having a late fee on this first thing that's in front of me. First thing, 21 years old, not what I want to see for someone 21, immediately throwing their financial future down the drain, especially when you're making money. That's going to be upsetting. So $55.68 of late fees right there off the bat.
It is, yeah. I essentially made a decision to defer.
What? It's a credit card. You can't just. What do you mean?
It's my car payment.
This one's your car payment?
Yes.
Okay, but we do have another one that's a credit card that you're also late on.
Yes.
You make too much money. The money that came in at 21, by the way, I would have done way too many terrible things to bring in $3,000 net. $3,301.02 from your job. Is that a normal month?
No. Is that from the month of February?
It's from the statements you get.
Yeah, so I recently, after that month, so our bonuses are based off the previous month before. So that would have been from January when I was, my very first store they put me at was a slow store, like a starting store, and I was promoted to a busier store.
Within, like, we're only a few months into the year.
Yes. So I was there for a month, and then I got moved to a busier store.
What would you say hits your account on average?
On average, if I work normal hours, my 3 of the 4 weeks, the regular pay is about $750, and then the bonus week is $1,500 to $1,700.
So, okay, a little more, a few $100 more, $3,750.
Yeah.
But that's before taxes, right? Or are you saying that's
after.
net?
That's net.
Okay. Well, again, 21. The things I would have done.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
No one believes the pay, but.
So why are you f***ing it up immediately then? Like, seriously, man. No, why are you f***ing it up immediately is what you're going to answer.
I made some decisions to enjoy. I already, before getting promoted, was when I owed on the credit card quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I basically just, when I promoted, I wanted it to feel that way in my spending, rather than having to just immediately
Inflation.
dump it into bills.
Inflation living.
These are bills that you took out. Welcome to adulthood, 3 years in. Congratulations. Or do you need to be coddled and held at home? You signed up for these bills. There isn't the I just want to go spending, so I'm not going to take care of my life's responsibilities. Leave these payment enough, someone's going to come take that car. I'm just going to owe on it after whatever they sell it for.
Continue your pursuit, Guardian. There's a pretty big gap in the loan too, how much it's worth versus how much my loan is.
At 21, golden opportunity being squandered. Oh, it hurts to see. I just did like a mouth part. That was great. that was interesting. Okay. I'm glad I could. It's chaos. Glad I can have a laugh when I'm seeing this terror and pain in front of us. And then you also go to school, don't you?
Yes.
I think I saw.
Yes, I'm a full-time college student.
Okay, well that's a lot of time. I don't even have time to spend this extra money that you're spending. What? Okay, so what are you studying?
History.
Okay,
and
history's
I plan on going to law school post-undergrad.
Interesting, okay. How many years or semesters are we into undergrad?
this is the end of my 3rd year, so I have one more to be graduating May 2025.
And then when do you plan to go to law school? Immediately?
Yeah. Fall
Okay.
2025.
Well, I know someone. His name is Ian. And he doesn't like to pay debt when he owes it. Into law school, how are you paying for that? Are we borrowing a few $100,000?
Yes.
Does that make sense for someone who's like, I don't pay debt?
When you put it like that, maybe. But
what kind of law?
I want to do criminal, defense attorney, and court arguments.
All right, give yourself a financial score, 0 to 10. 10 being the best, 0 being the worst.
I probably make good money compared to other college students. So that's the only reason I'd probably give myself like a 3.
You're missing debt payments and you gave yourself a 3. You're missing debt payments and you gave yourself a. This is gonna be this. I need this to be the ultimate wake-up call of a conversation. My 21-year-olds out there, you better listen into this. Yeah, I wouldn't be laughing, but I get it. Cope laugh. Everyone does it.
Yeah.
If you want your financial score, it's free. Link in the description below. Also, be nice to our boy over here. He came on. He was brave enough to actually be here. I'm the Caleb Springer. Only I can meme on you and meme on you in the title and thumbnail, and you know we will. But
right.
It'll be nice to him. You know, he's coming out here. But I'm going to give you a wake-up call because this is insanity. If you have a business and you're ready to actually take it to the next level, you're in luck. Today's sponsor, Tailored Brands, is exactly what you've been missing. The ultimate business builder. Guys, if you establish your business as an LLC, it can provide you with numerous benefits, including liability protection and tax advantages. It's the truth. Tailored Brands can help you navigate through this process seamlessly. Tailored Brands makes building a business way more easy. They take care of all the paperwork and simplify everything. This allows you to focus on what truly matters, growing your business. Tailored Brands also helps you navigate through the confusing maze of licenses and permits, protects your business name and logo with a trademark, and even assists you in setting up a business bank account. Plus, with Tailored Brands Finance Manager, you can easily keep track of your finances, invoices, and taxes all in one place. And if you ever have questions along the way, their team of business experts are there to provide live consultation and support. Tailored Brands, they're more than just a tool. They're your dedicated partner in business success. Visit Tailored Brands and start building your future today. Use my link in the description below and you get an exclusive 35% discount on selected LLC plans. Again, the total amount due right now, total amount due on this, whatever the this even is, which we'll get to, $1,113 is what you owe right now.
On my car.
Yes, on your car.
Yes.
I know, that's what we're talking about. 1,000. Okay, so what's the total balance? $20,883.61, which is insanity to have in your position of a college student wanting to go borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to law school, which I'm totally supportive of if that's the career route we want to go down. You just gotta grind. And we don't go into insane car debt before to get. Okay. What's the normal minimum monthly payment, my dude?
556.
What's the interest rate?
24.1%.
No. That is one of the more disgusting things. It's the age thing. The age thing. Dude, the interest rate is higher than your literal age. Why are you laughing about that?
I got it
How
when
can
I was
you
20.
How can you possibly sit there and get a giggle out of that? I get it. I'm a little bit my words. Okay, fine. Some cope laugh. You're getting confronted for the first time, but buddy, do you know how that is? Like legitimately, how absolutely life-ruining that is to your finances.
I did it until I decided to multiply the minimum payment by the length of the loan.
What's the length of the loan?
72 months.
Guardian,
Who sold this to you? I need to go beat the shit out of this person.
It was CarMax. I thought I could trust them.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. How many years are we into this?
I got it in June last year.
If you're selling this to 20, never mind. pre-open economy, you're an adult. You're allowed to go make stupid decisions. But like, I would personally feel a bit gross selling you this.
I put a $5,000 down payment. It was a $25,000.
And you put $5,000 down on it?
I did.
But you owe $21,000. So it's only gone
It
up.
was.
Oh, it's probably because you're not paying your payments.
The vehicle was 25. The loan ended up being 26 something.
After you put $5 down on it, because of taxes and registration and you?
Yes.
What is this car?
It's a 2017 Ford.
A Mustang? What? Why even care about just like a modern? Aren't the only cool Mustangs from like the 70s or 60s?
Those are the ones that made me get this.
What? This is probably a modern piece of shit. It's like nothing. Who's getting a Mustang these days? Kind of. Look. I promise this. What you said, 2017?
Yes.
I promise this 2017 muscle car is not making up for your twinkness. This is not going to turn you into like an ultimate man.
No.
I need to see this thing. I need to see this thing that you have. Your life. Can we see? Are we allowed to take a look at it?
Yes.
Are we allowed to take a? Okay, let's get a camera together because I want to go take a look at this thing.
It's pretty.
The game show. Let's go on the. Let's go. This is insane. We're getting the battery. My producer just told me to. See this count or something. Just a number that I wasn't aware of. Something else.
Harris.
Okay.
It's over.
Ashladun
is dead.
Insurance.
This is a relief to hear. But Ashladun's presence is no
Payment is
coincidence.
770.
The Hive must have grander ambitions for the pyramid's influences.
She had a tablet, one that describes a cryptoglyph. I have no record of such an item.
That
I haven't
is
been licensed for
precisely
very
the
long.
information we came here
Got it
for.
my license
Return
was
to me.
19.
There is
Part
much
of it,
to
and then
discuss.
car has 2 doors, so they charge a lot more for that as well.
What is this car worth today?
16,500.
Oh, it's not the world's worst, Galfa. This is. Oh, you're 21. This is insane. I don't want to shame you for this, but I'm just like processing how fucking. I've never heard of an insurance payment like that. I've never heard of an insurance payment like that.
Wait, what was the insurance payment?
Never heard of. Oh, this is.
They charge part of it either.
What the nah.
Insurance payment is 770.
For car insurance?
I've never heard of that. What the your life?
I haven't been licensed for very long either. I got it when I was my license when I was 19. It's part of it, and then they car has 2 doors, so they charge a lot more for that as well.
What is this car worth today?
16,500.
Oh, it's not the world's worst, Galfa. This is. Oh, you're 21. This is insane. I don't want to shame you for this, but I'm just like processing how fucking. I've never heard of an insurance payment like that. I've never heard of an insurance payment like that.
It was a lot cheaper when I was on a plan with other vehicles. When I got my own plan, though, it jumped.
Where did you apply to this show through? Where did you apply?
Through the link in the YouTube description.
Okay. You're just someone from the audience. Again, I've heard a couple people like, oh, it's paid actors. You're someone from the audience. Like,
yes.
I wish we were faking that you had a $700 payment, dude. You're 19? Insurance payment? Let's take a look at this thing. I gotta see this magical thing that's worth throwing our lives away. How is this? This is like the most basic I've ever seen in my life. How is this worth ruining your life? This magical thing that's worth throwing our lives away. How is this?
Bruh.
This is the most basic I've ever seen in my life. How is this worth ruining your life? I'm confused. When did you save up and work hard to get something like cool? Just straight up. legitimately, I would rather drive. The guy who's filming this, his name's Noah. He's a producer. I'd rather drive his piece of Jeep right there. I'm not even kidding.
It's a Liberty.
I'm not even kidding though. I would, because at least like there's space. Can I get in the front?
He's on brand.
Oh gosh. I mean, I legitimately don't get it. This thing looks like it's from 2001 in here. Well, throwing our lives away for this, for all these fucking buttons and.
This is the premium version with leather seating and the screen here.
I don't believe 5 seconds 0 to 60.
5 seconds.
One way to find out. Hold this.
May I? Am I allowed to?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Since someone hit my Jeep, they were in a turn lane. I was driving by and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to be in this turn lane anymore." They hit me. I ended up having to get a new car, and I got a Tesla. Every other car feels like a piece of.
That's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
But it's also like the same price of your car after tax incentives. Okay, let's take this on a road. Oh gosh, we'll be sure to give you gas money. Why is it making like a triplet over duos beat?
Because my front right blinker is out. It sounds like it's a Christmas song.
Oh, sport. Buddy, I didn't even feel anything.
There's no kick.
What the just happened? I was expecting so much more. Let me try to not crash your car. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? Oh, I just realized I only know how to park now with the thing telling me how close it. God, I'm such a little baby at I don't think I can drive cars anymore. That was the most underwhelming 0 to 60 I've ever experienced in my life.
He's talking about Teslas. Those aren't even real cars.
Bro,
not even real cars.
they are real cars.
It's silent.
It's still a car.
Cars have heart and soul and volume.
That's like someone who used an ice box in the past saying that refrigerators aren't even real cooling devices.
They're not.
I'm driving something that's going to last 300,000 miles. You're driving something that's going to die in 75,000 while going to 0 to 60 in like 10 seconds.
He's got a point.
I think you're just too used to the fake cars.
Too used to modern technology that's been invented post 1940. Yeah, I am.
I'm more classic.
That's okay. You stay on that old. I'm gonna join the rest of the world in the 21st century.
Wasn't your suggestion for me to get a 1970?
No, I'm saying if you actually want a, I keep thinking of like Camaro or Mustang. What is it, Mustang, right?
Mustang.
If you want a Mustang, get the one that's at least considered cool. No one gives a the 2010s versions or the 2020 versions, do they? If you pull up next to them, I'm like, oh, that dude's in a Dodge Charger. Like, that's what I would think. I'm like, oh, that's an who's like deeply in debt, probably, because every single person that drives those kind of cars is deeply in debt, and they're just trying to pretend like they're a little longer than 4 inches, and like, I feel like that's all that's happening. Is that what we do? Is that what we do, ladies and gentlemen? Are we in the point where we are missing car payments have a 21.4% interest rate?
24 point.
We have no time to waste.
It's worse than 24.1% interest rate, missing payments, and a $700 insurance payment just so that people think we're above the national average.
My time
more for myself. I don't do it for attention from others. I enjoy the car. I enjoy the experience driving the car. I love how it looks. I can look out at it. We have cameras in the parking lot at work. I'm working.
Good.
I can look at my car.
Oh, good. What are you getting off to your car now?
Right.
What evils befell you?
Sorry, I know I'm bullying you. I am. Actually, I'm not that sorry, but because it's kind of fun.
I can
because that's so silly. It's such a silly thing to ruin your life for at 21. I don't get it. I don't get it. I would sell this car today. I would sell this car today. Are you willing to consider selling this car today?
No, I don't know what I would do with that gap, and I'd be
no.
carless.
The gap is so minimal compared to what you could save. If you got a $7,000 beater piece of something that would get you reliably around where you need to get for a few years to come safely, you could borrow the gap and you'd still save so much money. Especially when we're talking about like a 70-month term at 24.1% and my entire life now.
Taught me much about the hive.
I don't think I could
my time
drive
as their god
a car like that every day.
Taught me more.
I promise it's not much worse than that. I've driven cars, and I'm not a car person, but there was nothing unique driving that. I'll just be honest. I know, I'm being cheeky, being a little dick, but to be completely honest, there was nothing special about driving that. My Jeep did not go that much slower before someone decided to hit it. You know, like...
We could test that.
We could test it, and it was slower, but I did not get that much of a difference. I did not get that much of a difference. Your gas mileage, I don't know, but I mean, it's a pain in the
understanding, not sorrow in your eyes now.
You're seriously not willing to consider this? Why come on a financial show if you're not willing to take what is probably one of the bigger things off the list? We could save you close to, just in balance alone, $9,000 if we did this and we finessed it. But it would save you probably in total $15,000, $16,000 in total. When you're calculating the interest that you're going to be losing.
Take the last
Because
step.
once it's sold, it doesn't cover the full owage.
No,
on
I
the
said
loan.
you're borrowing the gap.
Oh, so getting a loan on another car and adding the gap to that car.
Yeah, your gap's what? $4,000, $5,000.
$4 or $5, yeah.
If we got a $7,000 car, you know, so we're looking at a $12,000 loan potentially at an interest rate that's not great, but that saves you $8,000 to $9,000 on the balance there alone, and then. Well, it's much easier to pay off aggressively, hopefully, before we go to law school, which a whole different conversation. Can't wait for that one. And your interest is honestly probably going to be better on some kind of personal loan, and the term is certainly going to be better. You're breaking my boys' hearts over at the Money Guy. Do you know the Money Guys? By any
I
chance?
don't.
Okay, they're a great finance channel. They're more for the we're you know, a little more entertaining and focused on the beginner stuff. They're more advanced and, you know, just diving into more advanced stuff. But when they talk about car loans, they say no more than 8% of your income is the minimum monthly payment, no longer than 3-year term. You've broken the fuck out of that, and 20% down, which you're kind of close to. But you're breaking that term thing. They don't have rules about interest, but I'm sure they would be very upset at your interest rate.
Wow.
Okay, so that's one loan. 33 minutes into this and one loan. I don't know where we are at in the video because I'm sure a lot of that stuff was edited. But okay. Okay. So we have a Discover card.
I would be willing to sell my car for a more expensive, newer car. Maybe you would like the new one, and it could be worth the money if it's gonna be spent anyways.
You know, we just talked about the gap in borrowing like $7,000 for a $7,000 car. More what were you talking about?
So,
you're
with other people that have had the same income and position at my age, they've been approved for $50,000, $60,000 cars. So even if I got something that's 40, add on the 5.
Okay. I'm just going off the fact that you're young, dumb, full of complete stupidity, and I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna be gentle here. I'm gonna be gentle, Caleb. Gentle Caleb. What kind of car? What are you even talking about?
I like something with a luxury. Specifically, I've looked at a Lexus RCF.
But I thought the whole point of the Mustang was that that's like your family.
Yeah,
What do you care about a Lexus?
The Lexus is it's like a Japanese Mustang is what they call it, the RCF.
Who has ever said? I'm sure people have said that.
It has the exact same engine and like drivetrain.
The engine is that
not that one. It's the same engine as the higher level of the Mustang.
What's its 0 to 60? Because that was not 6 seconds, like you said.
Probably 3.8.
No,
like
I
4.
doubt. So according to you, it's probably double that because that was like 12 seconds.
No, you might just not. You said you didn't know how to drive. I think that could be accurate.
Didn't know how to. Well, it's not knowing how to drive. It was getting that whole bulky thing with antiquated technology into a parking spot.
Well,
but yes, I have been spoiled as of late with my new one. But why do you need that at 21? Like legitimately, why do you think you need that? I'm going gentle. I feel like I want to slap you across the face, tell you you're stupid. But I'm going gentle, and I want to at least hear your thoughts on this. So why the possible do you feel like you need that? Is it the income thing that you said other people in my income and my age are doing that? Is it that?
That just really is my justification to know that I could. But my reasoning was that's just the only interest that I have is cars, and I drive a lot, so I wanna enjoy those. I drive like 70 miles to and from work. I'd love to enjoy it.
140 miles a day?
That expensive that you're putting that many miles on a daily basis?
Well, I guess recently it's been 70, but with my new apartment it won't be as much. But the more I drive, then the more worth it is to have a nicer car. I feel better.
Better. There's so many different ways to. So that's your only interest in life, like legit.
Outside of I play video games, watch anime, things like that. But as far as things that cost money, what my interests, I play basketball.
Video games cost money. Basketball can cost money.
But I have a gym membership, and they have a court, so it's not too expensive compared to the only major expense something that like people have hobbies, and some people will buy a car and throw thousands into it to change it, but I don't do that. I just spend it every month.
Put it together. You're proud of me, guys. Caleb Springer's putting it together. Yeah, because it like ruins this conversation for me. Because there's more to go through. There's spending to go through. There's a couple more debts. This credit card with another late payment. We're still on this car thing. And you know what? Let's loop back to the car, because I'm going to get derailed. And I want to keep the conversation going and get your full financial picture on display. But I feel dead inside that a 21-year-old is saying the things that you're saying. It's actually just, you don't understand how you are making the remainder of your life right now. But let's move forward. $788.56. There it is. Late fee because, we make good money. Hey guys, guess what? If I make good money like other people in my position, I should be able to go get a f***ing Lexus. You're not paying on the car loan you already have. You're not paying on this credit card that you have here. You're not going to cash flow any part of school, and you're like, I'm going to go borrow $200,000, $300,000 of loans. What in the possible do you think you can do? You think you deserve a Lexus, and you're not paying on a easy, simple minimum monthly payment credit card? How the possible do you?
I know that if I
stupid
had to, or if I could, it brings me security to know that I could pay it at any point.
Oh, you! What do you mean? Security is having no bad debt in a fully funded emergency fund. Security. What security are you talking about? Security. There's no security here. You currently have a $444 minimum monthly payment because you're not manning up. You're just sitting there jerking off to the Mustang all day instead of taking care of your
It's essentially, I know that I have.
You need to get sent to like the military or something.
They don't make as much money.
It's not about that. It's about your discipline, your mindset, your immaturity. It's like I'm talking to a 14-year-old.
I think that I know that I have. So if it's $400, or the total is I think $770. I have that much left over every month, so any month I could.
So why haven't you paid it then, like an adult?
As they play host to the
Tell me. Tell me why you haven't done it.
I having to move out this month, very abruptly, very suddenly.
Why?
I was in a 3-year relationship with my ex-girlfriend, and that ended a couple weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
I'm sorry, that sucks. That really sucks.
We live together.
Yeah.
It is of utmost importance they be
okay, so
that's what the.
Did it end poorly?
It did.
Okay, I was gonna say the fact that you're being forced out.
Yeah.
Is like,
it was not a clean split. It was.
Why? What happened?
We couldn't communicate. Really, was the main issue, and so any small thing would get bloated into a bigger argument. And eventually it was just reached a breaking point after.
How old is she?
21.
Hmm. And you literally, okay. So you just signed a new apartment. You mentioned that earlier.
I did. I just paid my move-in fees and got my keys today.
What's your new rent?
It is 13.
It's 40% of your net, dude. Wow, maybe it was a blessing. At the beginning, I was like, I'm gonna do crazy shit at 21 to make that much money. But you know what? With the mental maturity I had around that age, it took me many years to grow the up and like actually get my taken care of. If I made this much money at that age, it would have hurt me even more. Because you've lifestyle inflated the out of yourself. You didn't need rent that expensive right now at 21. Come on, we've all lived in a shoebox when we were that young, just trying to make it. You're just spoiling yourself. And you want to get a license. This is like, go.
My reasoning for I did choose a higher rent than some other ones in the area, mostly because of safety. I work in a really unsafe area, and that's a lot of my days. And so when I go home, I don't want to feel that same worry at the port.
What do you? What city is it you're working?
It's in South Dallas.
Okay. There's a lot of Dallas left besides that one area. A lot of Dallas.
I chose to live in Arlington because my school is in Fort Worth, so it's about halfway in between both.
That's not a completely unjustifiable reason, but I know for a fact you could have gotten rent cheaper. And it's not even just pissing me off that you did this. It's what's worrying me is that everything, man. You've lifestyle inflated yourself in every situation. Your spending certainly has as well. We haven't gotten there yet, but in terms of where any purchase that you are doing, you are taking it to the extreme, pretending like you're making $150,000 a year when you're not. And you have this massive thing you want to take on called law school here in a bit.
It's happening again.
You're putting yourself in such a hole. It's beyond dangerous.
When you have the cryptoglyph in hand,
It's Wednesday. You need a free $20. Usually you get $5 for signing up for Acorns, but using my link in the description below, you get a free $20. There's no strings attached. Make your Wednesday better by getting a free $20 for signing up for an amazing platform in the link in the description below. There's the link fee. $41, and that interest is charging as well. So we already have some student loans, it looks like.
Yes, that's for this semester and the previous semester.
What was happening before then?
I was paying out of pocket.
What changed? Oh. Actually, so you're choosing these other debts for these other luxury items in an apartment that is too expensive for you. You're choosing that over cash flowing your school. Good. I don't know. Okay. You push back on the car. Maybe you can walk away from something to this conversation. I really hope you do. And we're going to connect you with the resources either way. But more than anything, my goodness, if you are young out there and you're even considering this, it's just like, watch this. Send this video to everyone who is about to go to school or considering a car purchase. This is insane. Really insane, and my mind is going in circles. Not at school. I'm good at going to school. Borrowing to go to school can be good. And I talk about certifications with course careers. I talk about trade schools. I love all that stuff. There's a lot of good ways to go about education, but the fact that you were cash flowing it and now you've actively chosen not to in order to take out more debt for luxury items is like one of the dumbest things I think I've ever heard in my life, legitimately. Like, end my entire life right now. This is so beyond stupid. This is so...
This is my first car. So before getting it, I was walking to work.
Good. Keep walking to work.
And then we moved, so I can...
well. You and your girlfriend live, so.
Yes.
There are cheaper cars, believe it or not, than $25,000.
This is the only car I really looked at when I was searching. I was set.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, let's keep going. So So what does the semester cost? Are you borrowing the whole thing?
Yes, it was $22.50 this semester and $22.50 last semester. So $4,500.
And then you're doing another year, and let me guess your financing. Burn a total of $9,000. That's nothing less than this. Guess what? You're about to borrow a minimum $200,000 almost. And you gave yourself a hammer financial score of 3. That's hysterical. That's the best joke I've ever heard. I had a comedian on the podcast a few weeks ago, but that's the best joke I've heard in this last year.
It felt fair.
What are you, like a trophy? Like I deserve a trophy kind of person? Is that who I'm talking to?
I thought my score. I picked a 3 just because I feel like I have a pretty good potential to fix the situation.
It's not about potential. It's about where you are today. Yeah. You're assessing where you are. It's not about where you think you might be. That doesn't make any sense.
Fair
it's
enough.
Not the hammer future financial score. That doesn't. Is that what it's called? I don't think so. I'm being a, but I'm losing it. Like I'm like hyperventilating. Like I feel like my vision's like, cause I'm like breathing so much of how just stupid this is. $50.82. That's in our checking account. Yeah, it makes sense to get a staying in a $1,200, $1,500 rent or whatever it is. It makes sense. Chick-fil-A, Appleville, Chick-fil-A, Panera Bread, Cash Apping out money. You're sending it to your Cash App. Ritz Carlton. Oh yeah, we're living that real bougie life. Well, what are you doing in a Ritz?
That was Valentine's Day and an anniversary celebration.
Well, guess what? That didn't work out very well, did it?
Fair enough.
That was me. I apologize. I'm a quippy little. But not the little that's necessary to buy a 2017 sports car.
I think that the Tesla says.
Doesn't make any sense. You tried something, but that doesn't even make any sense. Gong Chop, Panera Bread, Cash Apping out money. Whataburger, Cash Apping out money. Chick-fil-A, I'm gonna fix that shit. Panera Bread. Oh, Nails and Spa. We treated the X.
We did.
RIP. That's okay. I'm recently an X as well. Not 3 years, 6 months, but
well,
I get it. I'm hitting those apps. We can be app buddies. We can be hinge buddies. We can suffer together.
I don't think I'll be doing that.
Are you there?
I'm.
Saw that coming.
Run.
Where?
It was great.
Mm.
So that's not how it works.
I know.
Someone who's been a that's not how it works? Was this your first breakup?
Yes, my first relationship.
Oh, buddy. Oh. I was a little younger than you, but you should have seen how I took my first breakup. It was embarrassing. My goodness. My friends could tell you so many stories. I could not handle breakups, and you will move on. It might take a little while.
It's fresh.
It is. How fresh? Oh.
After 3 years.
Good. Yep, that's fresh.
But we are still friends.
Doesn't sound like it from you being kicked out.
Not roommate enough friends, but.
Well, if you're friends, you'd let someone not be homeless, but okay. Chick-fil-A, Microsoft, Viac, Panera Bread, Appleville, Panera Bread, McDonald's, Cash Apping out money, some taquitos, and DoorDash Dash Pass. Yeah, that's what makes sense when we have $50 in our checking account. That's really smart. That's awesome, guys. Taquitos. You're just getting drinks and snacks at QT while you work there?
Sometimes a small charge at QT is if I'm, I pass a lot of other quick trips on my way to work. And so if I don't have enough gas to make it, I'll just stop, get what I need.
$3?
Because sometimes I'm not. But
you make so much money to be a $3 stop at a gas station. I used to be a $3 stop at a gas station, but I made no money. Also, I don't have to do that anymore. That's another thing.
You have to take a 2-hour break to charge, or more.
I
20.
plug it in once a week at home while I'm asleep.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah.
Not everybody's there.
It's like, I think it was like $200. I think if you're getting like a $20,000, $30,000 car after rebates, you're getting a $200 thing to plug into a wall at home.
I thought it was a lot.
Car guide knows nothing about cars. Interesting.
Well, real.
Okay, and we're getting some taquitos and DoorDash. Cheesecake, better cake, apple bill, some millennium thing. Center place and nails. You gave her lots of nails, and she gave you lots of homelessness.
Well, she did offer me a place to stay. I just didn't feel. I felt like I didn't want to take advantage of just that she. She's just really nice, and so she didn't want me to be homeless. Didn't want me to be out there.
$1 in a Cash App thing. It's mostly just I can't tell where a lot of money's going. It's Cash App payments between people and items.
But a lot of times there's money going back and forth between me and my girlfriend for bills sometimes, but also if we're at dinner, whatever else, it's being moved. And sometimes I would just transfer money to my Cash App and then use my Cash App card.
That makes sense. This is money back and forth. PlayStation. You already had Microsoft, but okay. And some taquitos, or just a $3 gas, and Chick-fil-A Whataburger. This is from this fast food savings, whopping $0. Imagine making that much money and just like choosing to like potentially die for an income. Well, that's what you're doing. Well, let's do a little example before we go into any budgets or car talk, because I know we can talk about that again. We are putting our arm around you in terms of, this is the tough love, but we're going to give you lots of love afterwards, and we're going to do follow-ups and all that good stuff. But, to give you some, that guy that was filming back there, Noah, no?
Yes.
That dude's getting matches left and right unhinged.
I saw.
He's going out on dates every like 5 seconds.
I did see that was about 3 months ago.
Killer, isn't he? Oh, look at that beard, handsome man back there. He is, you know, with the ladies. I've gotten like 3 matches since I downloaded Hinge the other day. That guy gets like 3 matches every 50 seconds. So I'll put my arm around you financially. I will put his arm around you like bro, like wingman style. You can go to the bars now. See, I hate bars, but he invited me to the bars the other night, and I was like, I don't want to go because ew, that's gross. Right. Past 10 p.m. But maybe you guys can go. You'll do some cold approaches. You'll get maybe your second woman in your entire life, and I'll be like,
well, I've met my girlfriend. I met her on Tinder.
Well, Tinder's pretty much out, but
yeah, she was the first person that I matched with.
I know she sounds like the first person for a lot of things for you, but we're gonna go.
That's crazy.
750. I'm in a mood in this episode. That whole car thing put my brain in another level.
I think you haven't experienced a great car. It gets you hooked.
Buddy, I drove that car. If that's what's considered a great car, I literally drove it.
Well, it's the entry level drug to the car activity.
Yeah, 24.1%. That's entry level.
That's crazy.
Okay, you're 21. Let's get to just 59 and a half. So 39 years of investing based on your income. I know it's not your dream job, but let's just pretend that's what's happening. You're investing $750 a month, which is 20% of your net. You know, let's just go conservative. And then 8% annual returns, which is the average return of the stock market from its beginning to where it is today. Yeah, you'd be retiring with $2.4 million. Also worth about, 1.5 in today's money, 1.25.
Okay.
That's what you'd get, dude.
Is that solid? I don't know. Almost. I don't really know anything about retirement. Is that a solid amount?
You could certainly retire. I mean, that's okay. 2.4. Let's just do the 4% rule because you'd be retiring in your 60s. You don't need to have it last in like forever and ever, multiple endless decades, which is where you do 3%. That's $96,000 a year. Can you survive on $96,000 a year?
Sir.
Okay, and that's what you're giving up by going and getting a dumb car and going and getting a rent you can't afford when there's a lot of options, and fast food, $50 in our account. Not paying our minimum monthly payments. On the 2 debts you have, you're literally not paying your minimum monthly payments. Your credit score must be...
I think it hasn't really changed since I
What is
opened.
it?
About 600.
Okay, so it's definitely not great.
No.
And of your spending categories, let's just get some stupid stuff here. This is stupid. Okay, 13.3% of your spending, or $618.42, goes to debt payment. It was catching up on that, even though you're not caught up. You're still behind. You owe $1,000.
Yes.
Great. 6.4% went to transportation, probably gas, and is car insurance included in that? We didn't have the car insurance at that time, so that percentage would be completely blown out. But at that time, it was $299.88. Necessary food, 2.3%. Come on, that's groceries, $107.49. That's insane. We're going out to eat as 9.6%, or $445.94. You're an adult. You're 3 years into adulthood. You do not need to be coddled anymore. If you are incapable of living as an adult at 21 or 18 or 19 or 20, then you should be sheltered. You shouldn't be able to go off to college. You shouldn't be able to drive. You shouldn't be able to rent a car. If you're a child, you're a child. You're a child. Then you need to be treated like a child. But you're not, so act like a f***ing adult. Unknown shopping, 13.3% of your spending. It's typically Walmart, Amazon, don't really know what it is. $618.76. Miscellaneous bullshit shopping in taquitos, 5.5% of your spending, or $254.70. Subscriptions, 0.6% of your spending. And the big whopper, and we'll go through the individual items, 49.1% of your spending is other large purchases, or $2,291.42. And that's Cash App money just going out, and that's where you send it between bullshit. Ritz-Carlton, because wasn't that bouge? Like, red roof, dude. Like, come on. And a Cash App loan repayment.
I did. It's paid off now, but I did take out the Cash App.
You're too young for this. This like actively hurts to see.
Your path led you
You
here.
could have so much potential.
Take
You have
the
no
last
idea with your
step.
income, with your brains. I got your SAT scores. Like, we collect financial information, but I got your SAT scores. You're very
I
smart.
hear the hive calling to me.
I've been told.
But you're the dumbest motherfucker
They
I've ever
know
met in
what
my
I have
life.
done.
At the same time.
I've now
They
been
know
told.
I found joy in it.
What to do, what to do. So your spending was $4,464. Great. But again, the quick trip income was $3,301. No surprise, we're missing payments. Balances on debts are going up.
Nothing back. A
We're
hunter
not
is
paying the
near.
bills.
I didn't hear you approach.
Y'all, this is the time to switch to my favorite high yield savings
I hear
account.
the
With
hive
SoFi, you can get
calling to me.
4.6% on your money.
They
I
know
hate when
what
my
I
money
have
is just
done.
losing value, so make sure you're keeping up with
They know
inflation
I found
at the
joy
very
in it.
least. You can also get FDIC insurance on that money up to $2 million with them. Plus, they'll give you money up to $300 when you set up an account with them. There's even extra perks like being able to get paid a couple days early. SoFi is what I use when I'm setting money aside, and it is the banking app of the future. Sign up, link in the description below. I always want my money to be making more money, so don't lose money on yours. If you've ever wanted to see disappointed Caleb Springer, you have found him.
I do also get. I get $200 a month from my
I
dad.
see
because he never paid
understanding,
child
not
support.
sorrow in
And
her
so
eyes now.
Kind of made a new agreement.
I am glad of it.
To like.
For how long?
How long did he not pay?
No. How long until he doesn't?
Until I graduate undergraduate. So next May. Not permanent.
Okay, so let's include that $3,950 a month then now comes in.
Tell me your news.
Your debt minimum monthly. What's your normal car payment? Remind me.
$565.
$565?
Yes.
What's the normal Discover payment if you weren't being a dumb not paying on it?
It was like $35.
Oh, what? You are such a little child. $600 for debt minimum monthly payments. What's your new rent again?
$1,323.
Okay. I do want to be very clear because I know I've been in like a mood this episode, and I am just like, I really do want you to do well. I approach these conversations in like just a tough love approach, but I also like to meme on people. It's just my sense of humor, and it's also how I like people to approach me. And I really do want you to do well, and I hope you know that. And that's where we start going into this, and we're gifting you our budgeting program. It's the best that can be found online. There's a lot of good things that come from here. This is the wake-up call, and that's the point of this conversation. This is the point of this channel, not an investing channel. I don't know why people recommend that, but that's the point of this. And I do want you to do better. What's your phone, Bill?
I'm on my parents.
Okay. When you start your own Get Helium, it's like $20 a month, but stay on your parents until you got it. Well, your water, gas, and electric, what do you think it's going to be?
I
would say
hear the
altogether
hive
probably maybe
calling to
100.
me.
That's what they gave me estimate.
They know what I have done.
Okay.
They know
And
I
internet?
found
Have you
joy
signed
in
up?
it.
I have not.
Okay, well you're one of those guys that like is gonna get fiber for Hub, right?
No, absolutely not. I would probably want good internet though.
I'm gonna say $50. Gas. You spent $200, but your location's gonna be changing.
Yes.
Right. So.
And I would say it's about 20 miles to school.
Just give me your estimated gas payment. What's it gonna be, like 125 now?
Probably about 150, I would say.
Car insurance was what again?
770.
Oh, it's almost.
It's the cheapest option I found. The general was gonna charge me $1,100.
You at 21 with no driving history got a sports car, like the dumbest piece. $300 for food, $100 for grocery fund. That's anything else you need to survive. For your TP fund, sorry. Groceries, $300. TP fund, $100. Anything else you need to survive. Is there any ongoing medical or gym?
How long has it sat in silence, watching us?
Much too long.
I can't help but feel responsible for this, Eris. If I hadn't sent you here...
Your concern is noted, but my fate is my own responsibility. And we both know you didn't come here to apologize.
I came to tell you, you were right. It seems those responsible for our collapse are coming back.
Riot! You're all insufferable! Save your torment for someone who gives a damn.
Eris, the Vanguard is at your disposal.
And if you'll excuse us, Ikora, we have work to do.
Guardian, whatever she needs.
Gym's 15.
50?
15.
Gotta get buff for the new ladies out there. See, my thing is, I'm seeing how fat I can get for the ladies out there.
That's the
so
way
far,
now.
so good.
Dad bod.
Yeah, I think we passed that. And your subscriptions giving $0 doesn't really make sense. I think that's it. Anything else you can think of that you have to pay for? I'm not including your school fees. Should, but I'm not.
I think that's it as well.
I'm only 90% interested in getting fit for the ladies.
I really have only used the gym to play basketball.
That sounds fun. I like tennis.
I'd love to have a workout routine, but I feel like if I go in there and just do random things, I would look like an idiot and make no progress.
I think that's my fear too. If you have a friend, I think that can be helpful. A friend to go to the gym with who's like a little more well known. But also, I think people just focus on their own thing. I mean, people are recording themselves in gyms these days. I mean, they're just so hyper focused on their own thing. Just go look like a dumb, because after a while you won't anymore.
That's true.
Or just watch a couple things on YouTube as well. The site is free. $3,408. Maybe we'll talk about your potential workout routine in the post show.
Great.
From Noah, because actually I do like lifting. What is this show's getting off the rails? We saved that for the post show. $542. So what you have left over because what you need to survive is $3,408 on a minimum monthly basis. You should have more left over, but your car insurance is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and your rent is too expensive. Okay, but with that, my friend, here's my diagnosis and prescription. Discover. Pay that off in 2 months. Easy. That's done. Car. Not gonna do this, but this I literally only give the recommendations that I would do. I pulled myself out of really bad debt, worse debt than you, and this is what I would do.
It was his own hubris.
Sell the car, borrow the $5,000 you need, get a $7,000 car as well. So then we have a $12,000 loan and an interest rate. You're 600 credit score, maybe like a 20%. It fucking sucks. But that's $12,000 to pay off as quick as possible versus $20,000. You just save your self $8,000 and potential interest as well. So with this, I'd also be working as many hours as you can. Try to get that as high as you can. But
I've been working 65, 70 recently.
Okay, because it still takes almost 4 years to pay off that, which is beyond bad. And you're going to be deep in law school, and it's just like you're not going to be working as much while you're in law school, if any, because that's basically a full-time job. So it's just. Wait a second. No, because you're going to sell this car, you're going to get a stupid, just basic sedan or just even an SUV, whatever. Your car insurance is going to be so much cheaper, and that's going to allow you more. I think you can pay this off in a year and a half because your car insurance should be minimum half the cost because you're not being a dumb. Do you have any arrests, any tickets, any car crashes?
I don't.
Okay, so yes, it's your sports car, clearly, at your age.
Yes.
So, like, no, you're going to have so much more money to throw at this. This is great. So I would 100% do this because in a year and a half, basically, that car payment's completely gone, now looped up in your beater, and your Discover is completely gone. And then, so actually, after graduation, what I would do is this. When your gap...
2 full semesters.
That's what 1 year is.
Yeah.
I would do that so that you don't get law school, because you could get something bad happens and you just can't afford anything, and like you're not getting approved for extra loans or grants or whatever. Also apply for as many scholarships and grants as you can. You're smart, you know how to do it. But what that 1 year does is gives you that. First of all, if you go right into law school, all of a sudden that 6 months that you have left to pay off the car, or the personal loan in that case, which is making up for the car, you're not gonna have time to work. And that's just going to be extended, and it's just still more minimum payments than you can afford. So you'll just be borrowing to pay those minimum payments. It just gets bad. You've made the choices you are now. You've made adult choices that were stupid, and you're dealing with the consequences now. The consequence is that your dream of going to law school is going to take 1 extra year. That's fine. You're still going into law school at 22 and a half, 23. Like, oh my gosh, oh no. We're making lawyer money at 26. That's terrible. That's crazy. Or when, I don't know how long it takes to make lawyer money, because I know you got to... You eat for a bit, right?
Yeah,
but either
3
way,
years, and then you don't get straight into the real.
But either way, you're gonna be making decent money by 30, which is incredible. You're already making decent money now, but you're gonna be making great money by then, and that's fantastic. And then you're going to aggressively pay off the loans, and then at that point, you're gonna be catching up on retirement as quick as possible, you know. And that's where the exciting stuff is. Like, I love buying stocks with Moo. I love buying solo 401k and all that crap through Fidelity. There's a lot of great things. That's where the exciting part of the conversation really goes. But there you go. And what really, here's what terrifies me. Let's be honest. I don't think you're gonna sell your car, and there's no way you're gonna even. Okay, this is what I think is actually gonna happen. And I'm sorry to doubt you so much, but I mean, just based on this conversation, come on. You're gonna continue accumulating to them. Your car is going to just not get paid off. You're going to be doing. You're not even going to be paying your minimum payments on their Discovery. You're going to be going into law school, borrowing all these hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you're not going to have any money to make your minimum payments on all the loans you've accumulated because you spent all your money, and now you won't have an income at that point. And you're going to be in such a bad spot where you might even drop out with all these loans. You're just gonna be working into your late years just to pay off the minimum payment that you didn't pay 5 months ago, and it's just gonna be this reoccurring terrible process. Crap. And we've seen these people that are in successful careers who are smart people that have just been dumb with their finances, and it's gonna ruin your life. That's not what I want to see. You're young, you're smart, you have the ability to live a good life, but you are not living that good life.
I think that the car is hard. It'd be hard to live with. Built a relationship.
But you're already getting over one relationship and you get over the second.
I'm not over it. I take one at a time.
This isn't the TLC show with the strangest addictions. You're not making love to that car. You can get rid of it. You can get rid of it. You're still watching and you've seen that episode. Very weird. Well, let me know. Descriptive comments below. Alright. Get your hammer financial score.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention about the student loans is that they could have been non-existent if I was offered through my high school into the community college free tuition for just graduating high school and going straight into community college. But my first semester I ended up withdrawing from all my classes, and that voided my...
So you did go to community college?
I did. That's right.
Okay, and you were getting free... That's where you are now?
Yes.
You're getting your bachelor's degree from community college?
Well, I'm getting... I have most of the credits that will transfer.
When are you going to the university? And only for 1 year?
Yes.
Okay. Why'd you drop out?
It was... I had a lot of mental things going on at the time, and I could have still kept up with my classes, but I essentially tried to preserve my mental space.
What was going on?
Just lost. I was super, I guess, disappointed in the fact that I was in community college, because I was going to Texas A&M.
Okay.
Until it was COVID. It was 2020, and they were gonna have us pay get a full loan for housing, but there was no in-person classes. It was all gonna be online from the dorm. So
was your housing covered through this program?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that would be a dumb decision.
Aren't you living at home though? It's community college.
I was.
So,
but if I went to Texas A&M like I originally planned.
Well, why would you have if college was free? I mean, the saddest people in life are the ones who like grasp on to the college they went to, like they're never able to move on, and that's the highlight of their lives, meaning the remaining decades of their lives are just sad and depressing.
That's true.
Like, who gives? It's a place where, I mean, it's okay. Texas A&M has a disappointing football team anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Like, okay, but that's your feeling.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna invalidate it. Actually, no, it is stupid, but that's okay. Because community college is great, and more people need to know that. But
I've realized now.
So you ended up going to community college, and that's what you dropped out of for a second?
Yes. So I started at community college, and I had about 6 classes, and I saw that my grades were falling behind, and I knew that if those ended up on my record, that it would be really hard trying to transfer out of the community college into a good school to have a solid school on my degree. So I just withdrew from them so that the grades would be redacted basically from the record, and that voided my eligibility for the free tuition.
But you're back in. Now you have to pay for it because of that?
Yes, and that's what the loans.
Spending your budget is ridiculous. You're not making your payments on your car, so your spending your budget has to be a zero. I mean, people hate it when it's a drug, but I think it's going to be a zero. I mean, just look at these. I mean, you have nothing in your debts. You're not paying. So I mean, I'm sorry. We can't complain about it, but 0 out of 10 is your hammer financial score. Make sure to stick around for the post show. We'll dig into some more stuff, and it'll be fun. And check out the links in the description below, because they are the resources that I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting program in the history of the internet.
Today on the Financial Audit Post Show.
So Noah, I hear that our boy Ian over here likes to his car.
Well, we're really diving in.
For people like you, you're just being a dumb. You were just being a dumb piece of stupid.
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.
Make sure to check out the link in the description below to get 35% off select LLC plans from Deliverance. Who would take over at 24%?
Somebody needs a car.
Huh?
Somebody needs a car, and they can't get one.
So you're gonna prey on people. I told you you did.
I'm not gonna prey on people.
Someone who can't find a car but needs one.
Yeah.
if they're gonna take this, they're gonna be preyed on.
No, I'm just helping them out. Nathan, 26, out of Austin, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
What's that watch? Wait, is that an expensive watch? Please don't tell me that's an expensive watch.
I got it on sale.
How much was that watch? I just saw this right now. We've been sitting here for a bit, but I just saw this right now. How much was it?
$5.99 before the discount. I think it was 20%.
I don't get it. Sorry, I'm out of the gate with this one, but I literally just saw that and I was like, that looks expensive because.
Do you like it though?
No. What? It's ugly. But it's not my style. It matches your hat, so I guess that's nice. Right? Chicago? Are you from Chicago? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I don't know when the you get that watch, by the way, because what we're about to look at here, each individual statement, except for literally one, each individual statement is pure insanity, death, chaos.
It was a Christmas gift to myself.
This last Christmas?
Yeah.
How'd you afford to get that? When did you get it? They have no context of why I'm yelling, so but to me, it's already pulling at my emotional strings, so fair enough. What do you do?
I sell cars.
Okay.
Why is that?
Sorry.
Well, why is that?
Because no one likes a car salesman. But, okay. You could be good at it.
There's plenty of people that like car salesmen.
Car salesman?
What if you need a car and you can't get a car? And you come to me and you help you get a car?
What do you mean you can't get a car? People hate having to go through a car salesman to get a car.
My customers love me.
No, they don't. They put on a good face. No one actually is happy being there. A ton of states, including Texas and Michigan, the two states I've lived in, they don't allow direct selling from manufacturing to consumers. We are literally forced legally to go through to get our own cars, who
Not
only
really.
care about their commission checks.
You can shop on. I don't just care about my commission check. I care.
Yeah,
about
but you have
people.
to go. You can shop online, but you have to go through a dealer.
What about what's the one with the coin? You put in the little machine on the side. You know?
What? You can get like a little toy race car? What are you talking about?
Nah.
Okay. What do you make? How long have you been in this position?
I've been selling cars for
What, CarMax or something?
Carvana.
Carvana?
That's the one.
Yeah, you still have to go through Carvana. Okay, so yeah, what are you making on average, monthly basis?
Well, it's kind of difficult to say because I just started.
When'd you start?
At a new place, beginning of February.
Okay, so it's been almost 2 months. It's been over 2 months. How much have you made so far?
First month, I want to say probably around 2 or 3 grand, maybe a little bit more.
Wait, what's your base pay?
So there is no base pay,
There's
like in a conventional sense, right? So like throughout the month, I get minimum wage.
Oh, right. So if you don't make your sales, that's when you get the minimum wage. But
Well, no. So throughout the month, regardless of my sales, I get the minimum wage, and
Okay,
I'll get
so
that
that's
twice
your
a month.
base.
So I guess minimum wage.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
no,
so
because
that's
they
your base.
take it back when I get my commission check. So
Yeah.
that minus.
Yes. But
So
if
I
you
don't
don't
really make that.
But if you don't get commission, then it's just minimum wage.
But then they still take it back.
If you don't get commission,
Well, they still take
can't
it back.
pay you nothing. That is legal. Have you heard of this thing called slavery?
Yes.
Yeah. It hasn't really.
It's been a while.
Okay, so last month 2,000-3,000.
Something like that.
What about February? Or that was your first month. What about last month?
Oh, you mean so? I'm confused. Okay, so February. So for February, I got paid in March. For March, I'm gonna get paid this month.
I'm just asking how much you made.
It's hard to say because I just started at the job not too long ago.
You're not tracking? You're not tracking how much you made last month, even though it hasn't hit your account yet? You don't know how much you made? You don't know how much it's supposed to
I don't pay attention to it.
How do you not? It's your money! What the?
I wait. I get whenever I get my direct deposit. That's when I start kind of breaking down. All right, this is what I got.
Talking about? As someone who worked in sales for many years, you're literally in sales for money. No one does sales because they're like, they want to get greasy hands all over them. You know, you're in sales for money because it's a commission-based job. I tracked every single cent that I was making. You don't track your sales?
I don't want to depress myself, because what if it's not a good month?
No, it's not about that. Then that drives you to do better. You're like, oh, I'm a piece of this. What are my colleagues around me who are doing better doing? Let me learn and become better. Let me learn the system. Let me learn the economics behind this. Let me learn what car sells the best, what poor family I can take advantage of. Yeah, because that's what they do. And just grandma, can I talk into a 20% interest rate loan 9-year payment?
Well, I sell new cars, so no 20%.
What are you talking about? I've seen people on this show. Okay, so
like I said, I don't keep track of it throughout the month, because if I'm not doing that great, then I don't. Essentially, I'm gonna because I'm not doing great, so it's going like
it's
put
9:30.
a damper on my mood, and then if my mood isn't good, then it gets in the way of me selling cars. So
that's every job, but this is your job. You have to make money to survive.
And I make money.
Okay, 2,000 to 3,000, but you don't even know how much money you made last month.
Yeah.
Okay, what were you doing before that job?
Before this job right here?
Yes.
I've been selling cars for 2 years. I was just at a different dealership.
Okay, how much did you make a month on average there?
Probably like 7 or 8.
Okay, so how are you f***ing up at this new one?
Oh, I'm not. I just started, so it's kind of slow, you know. I got to build that clientele base, you know.
None of them get. Okay, so $7,000 to $8,000.
Yeah.
On
Roughly.
average.
Roughly, yes.
Okay.
Plus, there's other income in there, like 1099 income and stuff like that. But
for what?
Well, from the manufacturer, they pay us on top of whatever we sell.
I thought you meant something extra.
No.
Okay,
but
so
I didn't report that, so I guess it could be something extra.
Let's take a moment to talk about something that affects all of us, our online security. A lot of people I've known has had personal information leaked online since I even just started this YouTube channel. Let me tell you, it's scary. But thanks to today's sponsor, Aura, the internet can be a safe place for all of us. Aura offers services trusted by millions, making digital security available to everyone. Think about it. Your address, phone numbers, financial data, all potentially up for grabs on the dark web. This opens the door to stalking issues, identity theft, and credit card fraud. And I know I'm not alone when it comes to spam calls and phishing. Not only are they just annoying, but they can be upsetting. Aura identifies data brokers selling your personal information and automates opt-out requests. It protects sensitive details such as addresses, phone numbers, and financial data from reaching the dark web, reducing risk of stalking and identity theft. I don't know if you saw this, but AT&T recently revealed that over 72 million customer records, both existing and former customers, were leaked to the dark web. They recommend those affected to use strong passwords, monitor account activity, and consider credit freezes or fraud alerts from credit bureaus. Well, Aura does this all for me. I don't have to download several apps just because a company couldn't keep my data secure. If my info was compromised in the AT&T data breach, I wouldn't worry because Aura would already be protecting me. Don't sacrifice your privacy because it's a chore to keep up with it. Aura makes it easy. Visit aura.com/hammer to start your 2-week free trial or click the link in the description below. Why'd you not report? Glad you're willing to tell me without me even asking.
Well, I didn't.
I guess what this is for, but
I didn't have the money to pay the taxes on it, so if I just didn't report it.
But if you set aside the money, you would have.
I spent it though.
Yes, on what? I'm
probably like
groceries.
Know,
mad respect here for a second. I mean, you're done with your money, but at least you're very forthright and you're just telling me everything. Because sometimes I have to dig, and you're telling me all your issues, and I do appreciate that. So give him some love for being honest and trying to turn his life around. So good job on that. Good job.
Appreciate it. It is a real conversation. Yeah. That's
okay. Then you're good.
That's 100% real.
Okay, cool. Then you're good.
Yeah. It's a nice watch. I want to get another one. I just don't have the funds to do so right now. But as soon as I do, I'm going to get one.
You know, we'll probably leave some of that in. What's interesting is Noah actually stopped the conversation. Producer Noah, the one with autism. Stop the conversation because we thought you were potentially hamming something up for the camera. Because the delusional take on the watch is like, okay, but you fully believe this from what you said. I mean, they saw you say it. I mean, we're going to put it in.
It's a nice watch.
No, I get that, but it's an interesting amount of delusion that I personally haven't seen. And we thought maybe you were being fake for a second. It's just like, because I don't know if I've seen. Okay, it's just incredibly delusional.
Up to you.
Huh?
Up to you.
What do you mean?
Up to you. I feel
Up
it's
to me?
subjective.
What's up to me?
I mean, it's subjective.
Delusion?
Yeah.
No, I know, but math is, and you couldn't afford it.
I did afford it. That's how I got it.
Well, no, afford it in terms of you have debt that you're not paying on. And it's your responsibility to pay it. So you couldn't afford it.
At the time. It was different.
So this debt is new that we're about to go into?
It's not new. Cause it's been there, it just got worse.
Okay. How long is it gonna take for you to bring in 7,000 hours a month?
3, 4. Probably give me like 4 months. 4 months. Cause I gotta build that customer base.
Okay. Why'd you move to a different dealership?
Honestly, a whole lot. I'm not gonna say them, cause that's not nice. But they honestly, it was just it was a litany of things, right? So it was
good word.
It was yeah, my vocabulary is extensive, but it was a lot of things, right? So I got a promotion at that previous job to a position that I was really working towards. With that promotion, I thought would come a raise, some some more help as far as like my work-life balance goes, and then I just, it was not what I expected whenever I got it. And then whenever I did get it, I feel like I was held to a standard that the others in my position were not held to.
Okay.
And it was real high school, there was relationships.
But we also know that just kind of your taking mentality is quite delusional. So hard for me to trust completely what you're saying, but that's okay. Let's go into the debt. Revy. So this is a card, and this is why that, out of the gate, maybe what you're saying, the fact that no question it was reasonable, because it's like, how the f does anyone actually believe this kind of but then if you look in the numbers, it's like, it's completely reasonable that you believe this kind of you're saying, because this is one out of many cards that we're about to go through that you didn't pay a payment on, and you haven't paid a payment forever. The amount past due, $205.
I had to pay my rent, so I couldn't pay the card.
How much is your rent?
$22.50.
Oh, you. What do you live in? What do you have? What's your lit? I can't even get the words out. What do you live in?
A townhouse.
You rent it?
Yeah.
Like with what? A 3-bedroom?
Two bed, 2.5 bath, and an attached 2-car garage.
What are you using that space for?
If somebody comes over, like my family comes over to visit, I'm a big proponent of, if my family is in town, they shouldn't have to pay for a hotel, so they can come and stay with me.
But pay for a hotel one-off versus this. You can afford this is as much as you bring in, and then you have to set aside money for taxes, and you're not even doing that. How'd you sign this lease? When did you sign this lease? Who the approved you for this lease?
Last year, and I just re-signed.
Oh, are you kidding me? When did you resign?
In February.
How are you so nonchalant about all this? I know you have zero anxiety in your life, which I'm like, wow. I'd almost switch positions with you if I could, because anxiety is just terrible. But how are you not so nonchalant about this? You know this is bad.
Because I can make it work out.
How? Because you're not.
I mean, my living space is paid for. So.
What? What the you mean?
My rent's paid, so I got a place to lay my head.
But you're not paying your other bills. You're deferring. You're not paying your bills, dude.
My car's paid and my rent. I feel like those are the two most important.
What car is paid? Because I see some being repoed or something.
That was in the past.
Oh, it was in the past.
But that wasn't my fault though.
When's the past?
That was like 4 years ago. But that wasn't my fault though. That was somebody else that did that.
We'll get into it. But okay, you pay your car bill. Fantastic. Guess what? Credit card bills are still bills. They're still bills.
Yeah, but
They're still bills.
But they got to get put on the back burner for the
If you can't afford to pay your bills, you're not making it work out though. How is that so confusing? Congratulations. You made your rent payment. 80% of your money went to it. That doesn't mean it works. That doesn't mean it's good. But I need to convince you of this, or like I'm terrified for the rest of your life.
Don't be. It's okay.
Okay, haha, cheeky little. But come on.
All right. I'll admit. Could some of my funds be better appropriated? Probably so.
It's not even appropriation. You can't afford this rent. We want to usually cap needs at 50% if we can. It's going to be largely dependent on area. 80% of your income before you set anything aside for taxes. So we're not paying on this. It's 4 months past due. You haven't made 4 payments on this first card. 1 out of the stack we have. That's a child. You're a child. You know you're a child. You are a financial, mental child. I need you to accept this. I get it. People are defensive. First time in front of a camera. First time getting called out for the board. I get it. And you're a cheeky little... You have no anxiety. Great. Fantastic. But I need you to understand this.
Well, it's not that I don't understand it, right? I know it. All right. I know it's kind of a situation, right? I know it is.
Kind of? It kind of? You give yourself a 3 or 4 out of 10.
But that's what I'm saying
Kind
though.
of.
I can correct. I can course correct.
Tell me how. What's your plan?
Help me, Caleb.
No, you just said you can. So that means you already have a plan. What is your plan?
My plan is to make some more money. That's another reason I left the other job, for my money. So make some more money.
Currently, it's super successful.
Yeah. See? Exactly. You see where I'm going with it.
That
So
was a joke, dude.
So make some more money, build that little clientele base so that I can get back on track. Because I was doing good for a pretty decent amount of time.
You're doing well. Sounds like the vocabulary is not that stacked. Credit 1. We know someone's in a position when they have credit 1.
But they helped me out a lot.
Help you out how?
So I started. So it was right after the repo. So that was 2020. I picked them up because they was the only ones that would help me out. I started with a $300.
Help you out? What do you mean help?
As far as getting a credit card so I can help build my credit back up.
Build your credit. You're not taking... What credit? What credit are you taking advantage of? You've never taken advantage of anything in your life.
That's what I'm trying to... I mean, but they're the only ones that, you know, that did that.
When they're the only ones that are doing it, it means you're financially... Credit 1's the bottom of the barrel.
Well,
if
anyway.
you get if the only card you can get is credit 1, you should not be getting any card.
Well, how was I supposed to rebuild my credit?
I don't give a credit. Anytime you've ever taken advantage of credit, you got a car repoed. You max out your credit cards and then overmax them.
But
why would I want you to take advantage of credit?
I didn't get the car repo though.
Well, again, we will get there, but it's on your car credit as a repoed car.
Yeah, and that's the.
So that's still your responsibility, buddy.
Yeah. I will agree with you there. It was
better because it's
poor,
reality.
It was a poor decision on my behalf.
$738 on credit 1 of death. Oh, what's the credit limit? $500.
See, I started with 3, then it went to 5, then 1,000. I think I'm at like 1250 now.
Not on this card.
On one of them, I got 2 of them.
I know. I'm on this card.
Oh, well, yeah, it was 3. Now it's 5.
Were he to have succeeded,
but I'm just over a little bit.
We might not
I mean this as a genuine curiosity into your brain.
Incarnate.
Did you graduate high school?
More fitting for the pyramid to bring forth.
Yeah. It was hard though. I wasn't a great student.
Yeah.
I did good in some classes and not good in other classes.
Art?
Nah, I wasn't really much of an artist.
Well, give me a class you were good in.
I did good in history.
You did well.
I did good in history, and I also did good in English. I wrote a paper that made my teacher cry because it was so moving. Math and science was kind of difficult though. I didn't really pay attention. It was too hard. The numbers and stuff, they get to looking funny after a while.
Was the paper you wrote to your English teacher, I'm gonna die in poverty in the future?
No, it was
based on my
somebody
decisions,
else.
and that would have made her cry.
It was somebody else. She grew attached to the character.
Character teacher, you dying in poverty. Okay. Past due. We were behind 3 to 4 payments. 2 payments on this one. Your new minimum is $201. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna pay it because other things are more important.
Well, when I start getting these bigger checks, that's when I'm gonna pay it.
Yeah.
When?
If. Buddy, it's sales. It's if. You gotta build the clientele. It's a different area, different clients. There might be better salespeople there. You're competing against a different pool. Gosh, I do not want to switch up. Just not financially savvy. Because we have credit 1, part 2. $1,517.69 is owed on a credit limit of $1,200. There's fees. There's interest. We're past 3 payments on this one. The new minimum payment. The new payment that is owed $383. Surprised they haven't closed these yet.
One of them is closed.
Which one?
I think
has it been sold off to collections?
Not yet. I think the 500 is closed because that was the one I had first.
Do you care about your finances at all?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to work to get back right.
Oh, that's fair enough. I mean, you're here, and we're gonna hopefully get you some. I can only do so much.
That's why it's a team effort. Cause I will work.
It's not a team effort. It really isn't. I'll give you some help. We're gonna connect you with like our budgeting class. We're gonna connect you with our things. I can get you certifications like through tech certifications through course careers. I can do a lot for you. This is not a team effort though, because all the actions, everything that's required in the end to actually make any changes is gonna be from you. You seem to live in a world of delusion.
I'm gonna work on it though. That's the ultimate goal is to get back in a comfortable position, and I am trying to work on that. There's just been some bumps, some speed humps, kind of along the way.
It's behavior based though. You bought yourself a watch and you said you'd do it again.
Well, I bought myself some. Never mind.
What? No. What?
Hey. All right.
You're here. You're gonna tell me.
Look. All right. So I got the watch, and then when I got the watch, I was just doing some online window shopping, and I came across these jeans, and I really like the jeans. It's name brand, so I like to buy. I like to take care of myself. I like to make sure I look good. So I bought myself some name brand jeans, and
go to the gym with me then if you want to go.
I do need to.
Me too.
But the gym in my
that'll be a team effort. Let's go.
Yeah, I got you, bro. The gym in my apartment complex is closed though, and I don't want to pay for a membership. So I ain't been able
the
to
gym
go
in your
there.
apartment complex if you're paying $2,300.
Okay,
so you spent money on I get it. That's right. But that's what we have to stop. Those are some of the actions you have to take. It's the sacrifices for your future. I'll talk about your future in a second.
But I haven't bought anything in like a few months. So these were like my last big purchases.
Big purchases. Yeah. Well, it's not true that you haven't bought anything, and we'll get there.
I mean like big though.
Yes, big. That's what I just said. Okay. 500. What am This communication is very interesting. I'm glad you applied to come on here, but you're very interesting.
Thank you.
And you're cheeky, and it's okay.
I just like to see the positive in.
But there's no positives here.
I think you're a nice guy.
There's no positives here in your finances.
Oh, yeah. Some of it's positive. But
what?
I'm paying my rent and my car on time.
Okay, so some Cash App stuff. Got a balance of $581 on there. It's all just Cash App payments out, some in. What was all this? What's coming in? What's going out? Not from the dealership.
Nah.
Who gave you $2,000? Yourself? Oh, yourself, right? You transferred that in.
Yeah.
Okay, where's the money going?
Rent.
No. This is a lot of different payments. $32, $48, $50, $43, $346.
Oh,
where's that going?
So like the 346, like those ones, those are gonna be like so like I can move money around from like credit cards to like debit cards and stuff like that, and make my payments. But then like the other stuff, the other stuff that's gonna be like some people owe me money for certain things, and then like if I'm at work or something, we ordering lunch.
Are you giving people money? You don't have money.
I'm loaning people money.
But you don't have money.
We're to give it back.
This is them giving it back?
Some of it, yeah. And then if, like I said, if I'm at work and they ordering lunch, I'll put in on a lunch order.
That's stupid. You don't have money. I wouldn't do it. But here's a car. Pay my car bill. Late charges, unpaid, $22.74. Pay my car bill. Talking about. And you know what? This is for like the car that's out there, like the most peaceful car, the car that everyone pulls up to next to, and they're like, "That's a douchebag car. That's an ultimate." That car, 2015 Chrysler 200. It's a joke of a car.
But it's the nice one though.
No, it's not. It's hilariously embarrassing.
It's got the.
Why did I do
It
that?
doesn't matter. It's embarrassing.
Interior,
I wouldn't be caught seen like looking at a Chrysler 200.
It's
a joke of a car, but it's a Chrysler 200 though. It's just like it's a piece of car. It's usually well overpriced, especially on used lots.
I got it kind of for a steal, but the dealership that I bought it from, they on the car. They advertised it for a certain price, and then on my contract, they sold it to me for more than they advertised.
Yeah,
so I got it.
Steal.
Well, it was a steal initially. Didn't realize until my contract.
Do we have the value? Let's get the value. Can he go get? Is it out there?
No.
Do you have the VIN? And while you're looking that up, how did you get screwed over? Especially you, car salesman.
I wasn't selling cars at the time.
So when did you get this car then?
2020. It was right after my repo.
Oh, that was a great time.
I know.
And after the repo, how'd they approve you of a debt? Well, that explains why it's what is the interest rate on this thing?
24%.
Oh, God! 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 On a Chrysler 200. Chrysler 200. 24% on a Chrysler 200. A joke of a car. That's not to insult you.
I got the VIN.
People are gonna say I was saying that because of you. To be clear, the car! It's about the car. Late charges. Late charges. Late charges on this piece of. Why are there late charges?
Went through a couple of different things.
You bragged about making your payments.
Yeah, look at how many late charges versus how many on-time payments there are.
But if there's any late charges, that's missing a payment. Okay, you've grown up in a life, and I'm glad you just recently understood life. But you've gone through life. Okay, your family, you're close to them. It sounds like, because they visit.
Every now and then.
Okay, but you have a relationship.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in a house where missing payments was just normal? Because this has to be like a part of your DNA that this is considered okay, or else no one would be doing this.
I mean, I don't really know what my mom's finances were like, but it wasn't great, right? We didn't have the most stuff.
Why do you feel so nonchalant and normal about this? People are gonna be like, "Oh, I have people on that actually care." I know you care. You just have a very different psychology around this, and it's very interesting. There's a lot of people out there that are just like you in our consumer culture, just aren't disciplined on finances. And I want to know from your perspective, internally, dig deep, why do you think you just don't give a shit about this?
Because I know I'm gonna bounce back.
Okay, and that's interesting because we hear people say that in a lot of aspects. They don't care if they lose their job, they'll bounce back. They don't care about this, they'll just bounce back. They don't care about this relationship falling out, they'll bounce back. They don't care about falling off a diet, they'll bounce back. They don't care about falling off the wagon, they'll bounce back. So many people have that mindset, and that is a dangerous mindset because you're allowing your solution to be in the future, the hypothetical future, instead of actually taking care of it now. The hypothetical future never comes if you don't take care of it now, because you're never going to take care of it now in the now.
Well,
in the future will be the now, but you're not. Because
I'm trying to.
But you're not, though. Your actions are not.
I'm trying to.
But your actions are not.
I'm trying to take care of it though.
Oh my! How is that computing? How does that? I know you can't do numbers, but compute that for me. What are you doing to try?
I went to a job to make more money so that I could.
And you're not.
Pay my bills.
And you're not.
Yeah.
You're doing either of those things, paying bills or making money. I could have worked with this on 7,000 hours. I could have gotten you a budget. This is going to be one of those episodes where I do a budget, and shocker, after your rent, it's very clear that you're not going to be able to pay your bills on your current income.
Well, I can find out. I can log in and I can find out how much money I made through the month of March, or for the month of March.
How many cars did you sell?
9.5.
How many miles? And a half? What's the half?
I had to half it with another salesperson.
Okay. How many miles are on your car?
Which one?
The car you drive.
Well, I drive one, but I don't drive the other one. The Chrysler.
Oh.
The Chrysler probably around 95,000 miles now.
What car do you not drive?
The Chrysler.
Why? Why do you even? I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, fair enough. If I had one, I wouldn't want to be seen around town in it either. So, what's your driving car?
I don't want to. I don't want to tell you what the driving car is because I feel like you're gonna make fun of me, Cable.
Well, maybe. I mean, if it's another Chrysler 200.
It's not.
What is it?
A Mercedes-Benz.
Oh my gosh, you can't. That doesn't. Oh, you are a car salesman. Have you like the shorts and stuff of just like the car dealers? They go around. They're like, "What's your car payment?" They're like, "Oh, $1 trillion a month at 1 billion%." They're like, "This is awesome. This is great." Car dealers, salesmen, easiest people to sell to.
Got a good deal.
Do you have a debt? You thought you had a good deal on this, but you didn't. Condition of the Chrysler 200, please.
Condition of the Chrysler 200.
Yes.
It has hail damage. It's hail damage.
You owe on this, Benz?
Yes. It's financed through my bank.
Oh, I did see that.
I do have one personal loan.
Oh. 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 What is this? Why don't you drive it?
The Chrysler?
Yes, that's the one you don't drive.
Because I got a new one.
So why not get rid of the Chrysler?
That's what I'm in the process of doing.
How so? How far in the process?
I need to find somebody who will take over the payments.
So you're not.
Well, I've got some.
Who would take over at 24%?
Somebody who needs a car.
Huh?
Somebody who needs a car, and I can't give them.
So you're gonna prey on people? I told you you did.
I'm not gonna prey on people.
Someone who can't find a car but needs one.
Yeah.
If they're gonna take this, they're gonna be preyed on.
No, I'm just helping them out. It's like a quid pro quo.
It's a quid pro quo. You're getting all the quid and the pro.
No, they get a means of transportation, and they get this.
They
take
get a
this car
means
off
of
my
getting,
hands.
and you get the reward of getting out of it. Buddy, the value of your car is about $8,000. You owe $14,000 on it.
Damn.
That's not super terrible.
Are you?
That's double the amount that you.
What are you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
That's crazy.
I just have to remind myself. You're ignorant on this, and ignorance is okay because you just haven't been presented the correct information and mindset. Bad take, bad take, bad take. That is not. I need you to know that that is not okay.
I'm not saying it's okay.
What did you say? What did you say? What was the words you said? You essentially made it sound like it's okay.
It's not that bad.
It's pretty.
What if it was worse?
You're right. It could be worse. Doesn't mean this isn't. What kind of argument is that? Don't pull that bull with me. Hate when people do that. Now, can we talk about one bright spot?
Yeah.
Quicksilver. Hey. I like this.
Yes, sir.
You paid it off.
Yeah.
And didn't spend anything on it.
Yeah.
So, what happened here compared to everything else? Because this is interesting. This is a weird diamond in the rough, and the rough is rough.
So, I'm an authorized user on a couple of cards.
Oh, so you're an authorized user on that?
On
this
this
isn't
one?
even you?
On this one.
So you didn't even pay it? The person that you're an authorized user to did?
No, this is mine. Looking at the balances.
So why'd you pay that off versus, like, what compelled you to pay this off when you weren't even making minimum monthly payments on others?
So that one is on automatic payments.
What brings you
A full?
Guardian?
What's that?
Just to pay off the full balance?
Yeah. Well, that one's on automatic payment. So
Why are the other ones not then?
I took them off because
Why?
that one comes out and it'll put my account negative. So I took the other ones off of auto pay so that it doesn't keep
Why'd
doing
you
that.
choose this one?
Much about the hive.
Well, this is so it's on
My
there still
time
because
as
I
their
just didn't
god.
catch it in time. If I'd have caught it, then that one would not be on auto pay.
So the one thing we can celebrate was literally an accident.
It wasn't an accident.
You said you didn't catch it.
Yeah. But
when you get called out, you get a little bit of a smirk. You're like, oh, I'm getting called out. Like it's a kink of yours.
Nah, it's not that, right? It was. All right, so if you say it's an accident, is like as far as like
Well,
I
you
didn't
said you
catch
didn't
it.
catch it in time.
Yeah, but
That's
at,
an accident.
so no. So it's on auto pay on purpose, right? It's on auto pay on purpose. But the other ones, I took them off of auto pay because I knew for a fact that if those would have come out, my account would go negative.
What's the balance of this currently?
The balance?
Yes.
I would have to look.
Look. Good. Pulling teeth. Why'd you buy a new car?
When the hail hit my car.
Did it make it inoperable?
Well, the insurance company told me that my car was being totaled out, but then they told me that they weren't going to cover it.
Were you able to drive it? Is it drivable?
Yeah.
Why'd you get a new car?
Because they told me it was going to be totaled.
Why? Yeah, but then they didn't. So why'd you get a new car?
Because they told me they were picking the car up that weekend.
Okay, so you got it before it was picked up?
Yeah. That's the only time that I had available to go and get a new car.
Don't do that. Wait till the thing is done.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, for sure.
If you're going to use a card, I want you to use the Fizz card. It's usually more geared towards college students, but this is... You've demonstrated that you're not a credit card person.
It's, I don't know. It's not loading. The Capital One.
Make it load. What, is it the internet? We'll get you on the guest Wi-Fi.
Well, I'm on the Wi-Fi.
Okay. Make it load. Is there a new balance? Have you been spending on it?
Yeah.
Kill me. What are you? Why? You made progress on literally one thing and you destroyed immediately?
There's bills that need to be paid.
Oh, off. No, I want to see it. I want to see it. Are you kidding me? You're not pulling that away.
$2.98 and 45 cents.
All right, I'm going to give you $20 right now. All you have to do is sign up for Acorns using my link in the description below. It's an amazing investing platform that you've probably heard about before, and this makes the end of your week even better. There's no strings attached. It's literally a free $20. Use my link
It's
in
a
the description
maintenance.
below. Oh, me. How'd they even open this? Available credit $1.55. I'm almost impressed. An Apple bill. Verizon, $170. Why is it so much?
A phone bill. I got 2 phones.
Oh my gosh, why? You have 2 cars and 2 phones. Why do you have 2 phones?
One of them is my person. That one that you're holding is my personal phone. The other one has to do with work.
Why don't you just get a second number on your one phone?
You can do that?
Oh my gosh. We live in 2024. Yes, you can do that. Just a Google phone number or something. It's free.
Oh.
Oh, okay, sell the other one, get out of it, and switch to Helium. It's $20 a month, man. 170 versus 20. What's bigger? Another Apple thing. Stopping and getting some potential taquitos. Experian, you're paying for Experian reports and
I was.
Hulu.
It was a scam.
Stop.
Yeah, I stopped that.
Oh, great. Member fee. Joke. Okay. This one's a little bit of a... So this is... Oh, that's the Mercedes-Benz. Oh. Benz. Do you have the VIN for this one?
Yes, I do.
Send it. The Benz.
I actually just got the value of this one this morning.
From what?
Old coworker of mine. I had to look at the Carfax.
Well, I don't trust your coworker. We're gonna check it. $28,778 is owed. 98 cents. Oh, your payment's $654.
Yeah.
With that in rent, you don't have enough to live. It doesn't. What is your life? This is insane. Is this the worst finances I've ever seen? This is insane. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. It's not often that I'm just speechless, but they had an 18% off interest rate. Kill me. You don't need a bounce.
I'll fix that later.
Doesn't matter. All right, we need your VIN, your mileage, your color, number of keys, remote, and condition.
68,000.
What year? 2020. So you got it.
It's white. It's in really good condition though.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm thrilled. Guys, it's white.
That helps with the value.
It's the most exciting thing.
And I have 2 keys.
Oh, keys. I thought you said kids. Do you have
Not
any
yet.
kids?
Not yet.
Okay.
I want them though.
Girlfriend?
What's that?
Girlfriend? You have a significant other? Okay. Yeah. Get out of debt first, buds. This is not responsible parent behavior. Not even close. 567 credit score. My dream car dealer.
Hey, it was a lot worse than that, man. But I've been putting in the work to get it back.
Putting in the work. What work have you put in? Look at what we've seen.
Well, look, I got some credit cards.
What work have you put in? You've gotten credit cards and you've maxed them out. They're all maxed or overmaxed. There's nothing. Even the one bright spot here has been maxed out. Has been maxed out. The f*** are you talking about? The f*** are you talking about work putting in?
It's only recently that they have become kind of not the best.
But then that's not putting work in. That's not putting work in.
Just a bump in the road. But that's why I'm
you're
looking for help.
underwater in the Benz by about $8,000.
That's why I'm looking for help.
You're underwater $8,000 in the Benz.
You think so?
Yes.
I'm trying to get more for it.
Yeah, I mean, you're a dealer. You might be able to get a couple extra thousand, but you're in the hole regardless.
For now.
What do you mean for now? You keep saying that.
That's what.
Is that your cope all throughout life? For now?
That's the goal. The goal is to once that money starts coming in and I start paying my bills off. I want to get out of debt. I want to get out of debt. I will say that. I want to get out of debt.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
You made this money before, and yet we are still here. You've only had 2 months of lower income. You made this money before, we are still here. You making more money is not going to change anything. Your behavior, your mentality around this, your lack of anxiety around this, and I don't want anyone to be anxious, but your lack of anxiety around this is you. You're getting destroyed by all that. You making more money is not going to solve anything because it doesn't change your behavior. It doesn't change your mentality. It doesn't change your actions. It's not going to help.
Can I say something else?
Please.
It went kind of negative like towards the end of last year because that's when I got my promotion at my last job. And whenever I ed my promotion, I took a little bit of a pay cut because the pay was different.
What was your pay?
So originally it was originally it was $2,000 a month base salary plus commissions.
Was the promotion?
No.
No, tell me your promotion money. What were you making?
It was $3,000 a month salary guaranteed, and then 1.75% of all of the profit that the dealership made after $200,000. But those 3 months,
you could have done things.
But those 3 months during my pay was dependent on other people. So if our salespeople were doing good, and the store did good, then I made a lot of money, and they just weren't making. The dealership wasn't making money.
And it was your job to being put in that position. If you're making money off of them making money, it's your job to coach them up, make sure they're making money. Sounds like you failed at your job.
No, I did what I.
No,
I did what I could.
No.
Do.
Which quest would you like? Good luck out there.
Poison. Damn. Yeah. What? Damn, I've never seen that one. I try running away from it. Two. The spam. Bruh.
I'm gonna
He talked to. He literally talked about. You're like, we're not poor, but we're gonna go to that church and get free food. That's basically what you said.
got a rose bush outside.
All of them over there.
Right there.
Why aren't you outside?
We got peanut butter. Bro, we got Walmart. We got all these.
Let's make this a quick one.
I didn't mean to use that. What do you use this one for? No berries, that's what it was. Do maybe 1 and 2 more fights, and then ending the stream. Since Destiny's having a maintenance. I ain't see no damage numbers. What you mean? Depends on the agreement that she has. You'd have to like that'd be something only she would know. No, it's possible, like especially if it goes to collections or escalates, basically. Mm. What's for losers? Wearing pants is for losers. It's like something you literally do all the time. Mm. Thought you was slick. I tried the spin off of it. Hope it doesn't leave the locale. Keep trying.
This is the end of the line for you! I need to lie down.
Attend to your children. All right. Oh damn, I forgot the. Oh no, we're good. Never mind. Never mind. All right, appreciate you guys watching. About to go ahead and sign off. This week's gonna be a little bit different in terms of the content I'll be streaming, just for the fact of just wanting to play some different games. Been looking. I don't have a fixed schedule. I probably won't have one. It was just kind of whatever I'm feeling playing. I'll probably post on my story like if the day I want to play, whatever I want to play. But appreciate you guys watching, and I hope I'll catch you in the next one. You guys have a nice. You guys have a nice morning. Basically, it's